Ah, there we go. Alrighty. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I had to go and get tissues like I started, and then I forgot that I don't have a box of tissues down here. Because as things get colder. So too do my sinuses get worse. Oh my god. Howdy, chat. Dude. Incredible type news. Let me turn this down a little bit. Good afternoon, polished man. I know. Brendan, I got a dumb question. Do you think it's possible to be too clinical with fantasy stuff? I think I might be writing my elves as more aliens than ethereal beings. Make them fart. And also, welcome to science fiction. What do you think Vulcans are? What do you think Vulcans are? That's, what do you think kind of Solarians are, like burning Vulcans? I know, but I don't want Vulcans. I'm gonna guess what's your difference between alien and ethereal? I want elves. Okay, how in touch with nature are they? How literally, what are you doing? Are you doing Elder Scrolls elves because you love Elder Scrolls? Or are you doing Lord of the Rings elves because you love Lord of the Rings? Not very, they're assholes. You're making Elder Scrolls elves. I literally choose which way, which elf. Elder Scrolls elves or, like, Lord of the... I'm not judging you, I'm just telling you, you are making Elder Scrolls elves. Make them more in touch with nature. I'm just saying, assholes, you make ESO elves, Elder Scrolls elves. More in touch with nature and cool, you're making Lord of the Rings elves. Which way? Like, literally, you have two elves. Within you, there are two kinds of elves. They're my fantasy white people. Why they gotta be white? Who gives a shit? Honestly, why would elves be white? Why do they gotta be white? And also, like, they don't have to be clapping with the fucking leaf fajitas are sizzling. Leaf fajitas are sizzling? They're metallic? Why are they metallic? Okay, you have metallic elves that are assholes. You just made sci-fi. Do you want them to be more ethereal? What kind of magic do they use? Do they have a specific kind of magic that is set to them? How out in nature are they? Are they building cities? Are they immortal? How are they immortal? Do they have children? Why are they assholes? What kind of eyes do they have? What kind of ears do they have? When you say elves as well, there is a cultural connotation to elf. It's like, oh, I have my own dwarves. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you're using dwarves in a common conventional story, people are going to assume dwarf. And then if they're more alien and ethereal than elves that are already in popular culture, then you have to go out of your way to make sure that people understand and know that these are elves, but they're not elves. If you're writing, it's like writing a story about orcs. Orcs are green with tusks and tall and strong. And if you want to divest from that, then you have to put in the work to describe them differently. This is why a lot of, look at Brando Sando's work with like the Parshmen and the Parshendi, where it's an entirely alien race and he describes them and talks about them and the way that they change. Because if you're just making elves but fucked up and different, are they still elves? And then if you have to go out of your way to over-describe them, does elf even work under the popular connotation? Because unfortunately, also thank you, Throne into Soul, for the 25 watch streak. Why are there so many Mormons in fantasy and sci-fi? Because they have the time and the money to be able to read and work and write. They also have like a college system built for writing. Like, in a visual medium, A motherfucker can be like, that's an elf, and it can be like a gray little alien guy. But in the written world, you have to go way out of your way to describe, why is this an elf? Why are they called an elf? You don't have to say why, but you have to kind of describe them in a way that gives the reader a proper lens for them. It's like you're saying elf tails are cool. Well, then you have to describe a tail. You have to intone the tail. You can't just be like, my elves have tails, and then write a story and then never expand upon that or mention that in the story. Then you get into jowling, cowling, rowling's bullshit, where it's like wizards used to just magic the poop away. Your questions and tips have made me question everything about the 250,000 words I've written. Well, that's called the first draft. And also, you don't have to take my advice. I'm just saying, when you're writing something, and this is something I do, when you're writing something, remember to go back and read it through the lens of a reader. And, your first draft, your rough draft should always be just straightforward, get as much writing down, and you're writing, and you're finishing things. I question myself way too much. I'm too inquisitive. My elves just chill, also. And readers can't read your mind. That's so hard because I know the lore and where it's all heading. Don't worry about the lore. Tell, don't show works sometimes. Show, don't tell works sometimes. But, get your lore down. But remember, okay, example for you. I came up with a bunch of lore for a story I was writing. A lot of this is boats. Hey, out of this, 1,000 and some pages, a lot of this is boats. Guess what? There's no longer a boat at all. I wrote 1,000 pages, and a lot of it is boats. And there's no boats anymore. They're there if I ever need to use a boat. I got boats now. But there's not a boat. And I keep removing the boat. I just told pirate ships and put the cannons on the bottom because they float. That shit sink in the water. They got holes in the bottom. Thank you, Billy, for the Being a comic artist is much better than being a regular writer because I don't got to describe shit, man. Just go look at this little fucking critter I drew and got to explain shit. Pretty much. We don't have to explain shit as a writer as well. People have moved away from descriptions in a lot of, popular media and writing. You look at a lot of, stories and people don't do the big text box describing a character anymore. Part of that is figuring out show, don't tell works in a lot of consistent, works, but also tell, don't show is fun to do as long as it's, fun to do. I have a little post-apocalyptic story that I'm writing because I'm stuck on my Big Lady Punch story, and I have been for a while. And so I've been working on that while I've been trying to fuck around on Big Lady Punch. And really, I just wanted to write Fallout fan fiction without it being Fallout. And so I'm working on that, and then when I get an idea for my other one, I'll go back and write on that one. Don't say how characters feel outright. That makes me feel angry. Well, it's a lot of, Female super mutant? No. It goes hard today, Brendan. Thanks. I found out about something crazy yesterday. No, let me get into bower washing here. Let's do some cleaning while I talk. Let's go, Yapler. Let's go. You know what they say? Let's go, Yapler. Let's go. I don't know if I like or dislike when a writer calls something indescribable. On one hand, it leaves up to the reader's imagination, which can be super good, but sometimes it just feels lazy. Well, it depends on the build-up. You're talking about, when a writer says something is indescribable, you're talking about, is it from the lens of the character? Are you doing third person limited? Are you doing first person? Like, how is it indescribable? Now, Lovecraft, I think, is Lovecraft's writing is third person limited or first person, right? Like, it's not third person omniscient. So if somebody is trying to describe something, they don't have the... If the point of view character doesn't have the fucking sauce to be able to describe it, then it is indescribable to them. Lovecraft did a lot of first-person limited. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be your... First-person narratives are very much like the place where you kind of go, this is indescribable, and then you kind of build into the emotive words that make it indescribable, like the gibbering madness. It depends on context. You can call something indescribable in the context of who is the one saying that it is indescribable. Is it the author saying that, or is it the character saying that? Because you can spend like 8 pages describing your monster, but if it's from the lens of a character that is just like, I don't know, man, I fucking fish and eat sandwiches, they're not going to fucking have the words for it. Lovecraft's worst, I think, is his... From what I remember reading Lovecraft a while ago, haven't like read anything lately. Lovecraft, I just finished Guards. Very good. I'm reading the second Terry Pratchett Discworld Guards book. Love me, Carrot. Love him writing home to his mommy and daddy. But from what I remember, Lovecraft has a lot of stilted, very, very stilted dialogue. So it's like ellipses, 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 ellipses. Bitch, it's an ellipses, it's an ellipses. One thing that I've been working on lately, while doing dialogue scenes for writing, is just keeping dialogue fun and flowing. I.e., like, making sure that people are moving around, acting, the actors are acting, the people are fucking moving, they're maneuvering, they're shuffling, they're mumbling. But then also keeping that in context of like, if two people are talking, you just do a dialogue block. If somebody says something, you just use he said and then express their action. You don't have to say, and you especially don't have to say he said fondly, she said worryingly. That's the Joker's trick. You should never, and not never, because it's useful in some contexts, but you should be careful when you're writing to use those because they're very tricky.
Pixie, very tricky.
Because those are, don't do this to me. Oh, you got to be really careful. I'm sorry. I don't mean this shit on your writing, Cora. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying that, like, in my opinion, I do not like it when a writer says, he said fondly, she said angrily. I think that personally, your dialogue should be able to evoke enough emotion on its own, and then with the actions of the character. Adverbs with dialogue are really weak because it means that you don't believe in your own shit. Yeah, she intonated pointedly. Yeah, no, that's terrible. That's fucking awful. I'm sorry if you wrote that. I don't mean that as like a dig on you, but it is. I would absolutely go like, Adverbs are evil. Adverbs are fine in dialogue, and I think adverbs are fine sometimes in action. Don't describe emotion. You have to describe the action that evokes the emotion. The dialogue should evoke the emotion. And also, it's fine, I think, to use, like, he shouted, he mumbled, groaning. Like, yeah, I think it's fine to use things other than said, but I do think that it should be, like, it should have a little bit of a blah. It should be like a blah. Yeah, Brendan shits cutely, said bigot and roundedly. Brendan, what do you think the Lovecraft would think about monster fuckers? Would he have an aneurysm and he'd make it about interracial marriages or like Jesus snacks? That's a psycho paragraph. I'm not reading that. Thank you for the 100 bits. What do I think Lovecraft would think about monster fucking? I don't think he'd care. I think he'd be too busy drinking lead. Is Brendan well rested today? I woke up a little bit later than I would have liked. But I mean, I took my medicine a little bit ago. I'm waiting for it to fully kick in. Brendan said poopily. Shout is a very aggressive word. Yeah, but shouted is like a somebody fucking yelling, shouted, yelled. I think it's fine to go outside of said, but in terms of writing, I think it's fine in dialogue to go outside of he said, she said, they said, it said. Shouted, screamed, yelled. I think it's fine to dally in there, but I do think that in dialogue, best to just do. So the reason why he said, she said is so important, or like the word said is so important compared to kind of your more expressive dialogue adjectives, adverbs, verbs, is you want your reader, you want the reader, and as a reader, you want to kind of forget those exist. Those are, he said, she said is important and lovely because your reader will, and a normal reader will just, you'll snap through it. The reason why you don't use he intonated, he angrily screamed, he shitted and fartedly, is because it ruins dialogue flow and it ruins flow of narrative. Start new lines, start new paragraphs. Remember that paragraphs can be one sentence. If you're worried about paragraph size, don't worry. Paragraphs can be one sentence or 8 billion sentences. Work on scene writing. Cora, actually, I have a book recommendation for you because I think you'd like it. It's a book on writing. I really like it, and it's also got pictures, which I like. It's called Wonder Book. Now, it's not the best. I still really like Stephen King's on writing. And Ursula K. Le Guin has one called Something the Craft, Studying the Craft. But I would recommend Wonder Book is a lot of fun. It's a really cool book on writing. I liked it a lot. It's called Save the Cat. I'm not recommending Save the Cat. Fuck off. You can do Save the Cat if you don't understand how, like, heroes work. I'm not going to recommend Save the Cat. What am I, fucking 10? What am I, a fucking literature YouTuber? A lot of people like the Save the Cat book. Do you know how heroes work? Did you know your hero should do hero things and your villain should do villain things? What am I, a fucking British peasant from the 1800s? I don't know about basic fucking story structure. Bitch, I get the beginning. Bitch, I get the end. The middle is the hard part for me. What is Save the Cat? Save the Cat is literally just a book used usually in screenwriting, which is boiled down to an act structure, and in the first scene, you should have your hero save a cat. You should have your villain kick a puppy. Going through a bit of a fantasy kick. Have you read The Green Rider by Kristen Britton? No, I have not. Reason, I am just going through Terry Pratchett right now. What if my villain did heroic things? Then that doesn't matter unless contextually. What if your villain did heroic things? Cool. Why are they a villain? Why are they the antagonist? Do you explain it, or do you just explain they're a very bad person? When you write lore in your book, when you're writing about your villain in your story, are you just explaining they're a very bad, like, and I'm not saying you would write it this way, but boil down some of your writing and summarize it in your head when you're reading, and is it just, he was a very cool guy and now he's a very bad guy, and the very bad guy is doing very bad guy things, and the very good guy has to do very good guy things. That was just being funny? Oh, fair. I mean, I was offering advice, but you know, you also don't have to take my advice because I'm a failed writer. So like I have problem finishing anything. I like to restart my story 1 million times. I have problem with, right now I'm working on dialogue and time. Dialogue and time are very important because I'm very, very bad at time perception in real life. And so I'm going to be very bad at time perception in writing. So it's dialogue, time, and trying to slow things down a little bit. I'm a failed writer. It's fine. Like, I don't worry about it. I'm trying to be unfailed writer, but, like, I tend to write too much dialogue. Well, that depends. Like, when you go over your rough draft, like, how much of it is really necessary, you know? I like to write, my problem is I really like slice of life crap. And so I really just like to write, like, have you heard any rumors lately? Type shit. You're not a failed writer, you're a failed streamer. Oh, no, I do okay as a streamer. I got partner. They give me the check mark. I wouldn't say failed. It pays rent. That contextually means that I haven't failed. And also, it would be failed YouTuber, buddy. And even then, I had a modicum of success. So, like, I would say retired YouTuber, mediocre streamer. You trying to ego blast me. Me, my ego way bigger than you could possibly imagine. Me not giving a shit. You pooping your pants. A villain who does evil in the name of good could be fucking fascinating. Have I got a crazy series of movies for you? They're called Marvel movies. They got Infinity War and so I got a crazy guy for you. His name is Thanos. Thank you, Lady Silver, for the gift subs. And I'm like, dude, what if the villain did fucking things in the name of righteousness? And I'd be like, buddy, have you heard of the Crusades? Have you heard of Thanos? I get that. The best part of Token is the hobbits and orcs talking. I hate all the songs and overly long explanations of history. I want Cockney orcs shoot the shit. You'd probably love Legends and Lattes and all that shit. It's just like, I think the first one is just Orc Lady when I'm giving up adventuring. I'm opening up a fucking coffee bar. Actually, you're my favorite streamer. Literally the only guy I watch. Thank you. You're my favorite streamer. Me when I have the room level conversation with any of my chatters. Hey, Brendan. Oh, hi, chat. I didn't know it was you. Hi, doggy. Bark. I'd like a dozen red roses, please. You're my favorite streamer. Is that my book? No, my book isn't Legends and Lattes. I don't have a book. I'm not writing a book. I refuse to say I'm writing a book. Because saying you write a book is, that's the death knell of, like, your story. You will always perceive it as a book. In your head, it will always never be good enough because you're always, I'm writing a book. And I think perception in your head matters. I never want to put myself into the shit pit when I'm writing anything. I don't want it to be conceived as or perceived as I'm writing a book. Brendan, can we see your manuscript? No. Because I rework it. And it's not good, and I work on it. And I do it in my free time and fun time. There's nothing good. I've been writing seriously again for, what, the last 4 months? 3 months? That's not a lot of time for growth and work. I mean, I used to write a lot back in high school, but I've written, 10 times what I've written in high school. I'm just trying to get better at it. And before I show anybody anything, I want to have a good foundational level of what I'm doing. Say they're writing a visual novel so you can view your work as always being good. Visual novels when they're only peak and they're never bad. I mean, I'm not a perfectionist by any means. I want to make sure that if I'm writing shit, I just want it to be decent enough to be able to show to people. And then if I show it to people, I'm like, damn, I'm going to show it to friends first, and they're going to rip me apart. If I show it to chat, and chat rips me apart. But what about the slot pile of unfinished stories? Buddy, a lot of them are just one story that I keep trying to work on. I just get stuck at a certain point. Problem is, I don't want to do the boat anymore, and the character keeps getting on a boat, and I'd be like, stop getting on the fucking boat. And I keep being like, damn it, stop wanting to write fantasy Mass Effect. And I'm like, I keep wanting to write fantasy Mass Effect. But that's not the through line that I want. Because then if I do fantasy Mass Effect, I have to change the story again. You started the stream saying something and I completely derailed it. No, you're fine. I mean, I was talking about this a little bit yesterday. New Marble Hornets. Fucked up. Crazy to be chilling yesterday and then just see, hey, new Marble Hornets, by the way. And I went, what? And then I watched all of it and I went, oh. Didn't know they were doing a book. Didn't know there's a comic book series. They got the operator going fucking aggro, dude. James and I were genuinely scared. So for like backstory for Marble Hornets, Marble Hornets is Slenderman, like YouTube series. Back in high school, for me, James and I watched all of Marble Hornets, and we stayed up for 48 hours straight because we were so scared. Last night, James and I were chilling in the living room, and I was I was like, oh yeah, new Marble Hornets, by the way. We put it on, watched the 5 episodes. It's basically like a short movie. I think first time I've been genuinely afraid in a little while. And like, really, I mean, if you look at it, and it do be goofy. I mean, it's always fucking goofy. But damn, do I fucking love it. Got a soft spot in my heart always. They're making up for the Slenderman movie. It really is a really good, so it's like an alt-universe look at Marble Hornets. Basically, like, what if Alex and Jay had never encountered, like, the Operator back in high school or back in college? And so it's them as adults kind of coming back and then going into the Rosewood Hospital. And then it's just fucking Peem. And also the Operator looks great. Like, the costume looks great. It doesn't look as doofy as it looked, like, back when I was in high school and watching. Or did they collect 8 pages? No, but I was making that joke the entire time James and I were watching. I was like, fuck, when is he going to collect the pages, dude? I'm waiting. When are they going to collect the fucking pages? I have no idea what he was talking about, but I'm happy for Brendan. So Marble Hornets is a series started 16 years ago that ran for about 5 years on YouTube. It is a Slenderman kind of found footage Blair Witch YouTube series that kind of also helped. You also have the To The Arc videos, which is kind of fundamental, weirdly enough, and foundational for, like, analog horror. Slenderman is kind of the first big, like, horror icon to come out of the internet. And there were other Slenderman series that kind of built off of Marble Hornets. And none of those ever hit the same notes for me as Marble Hornets did. If it was Marble Hornets, they would say the Operator's right behind me, isn't he? Dude, there is a part in the new Marble Hornets where the Operator is right behind them. Skeletons, you have no idea how fucking aggressive Slenderman is in this bitch. After, like, episode 3, he's fucking there. He's fucking scary. They do not fuck around. It is a 5-episode miniseries, and they get right into the shit. It is like Marble Hornets condensed in the best way. Marble Hornets started off right around the time Slenderman was still largely malleable, so they weren't as bound down as later Slendy projects might have been. Marble Hornets is so fucking good compared to any other YouTube series about Slenderman, because every other fucking series does that. He has tentacles. And I'm gonna be fucking honest. Him having tentacles is the worst part about any Slenderman mythos. It fucking sucks. Why do they give him tentacles anyway? Well, because it's like a backrooms thing. So there's this, like, driving force behind creative people when something isn't inherently theirs, which is, I'm going to make it inherently mine, or I'm going to make it fucking scarier my way. And I do not like the Slenderman tentacles. I think that it's very much like somebody put them on there, and we're like, oh yeah, we gotta put this out. He has, in the original Something Awful photos, he has wisps of darkness. And, like, I understand that in the original photos, the Something Awful photos from the, like, original Slenderman mythos is he technically had the tentacles. You could describe those as, like, wisps of darkness hiding him, or tentacles. My problem is I don't like the tentacles. I think it's better if he's a guy in a suit who has unnatural proportions. Gonna be honest, I thought the wisp of darkness was reality warping around him or something. But yeah, but you don't need that. That's so much. Making something so unrealistic that it becomes goofy. Like me, I do have unnatural proportions. That's why I'm the Brender Man. Yes, Crow, I'm the Brender Man. That's it, Crow. That character that I was going to put in the next Perilous during the Civil War arc, I'm taking them out now. I'm taking out the failure, son. I'm taking out the failure creature. Just remember what you said. Remember you were mean to me. What did I do? You were mean to me. Joking, I'm joking. Of course, I'm going to have the failure creature. Brendan's biological father is Slenderman. God, I wish, dude. Fucking, do you think about if Family Business be collecting pages instead of collecting methamphetamine? That'd be awesome. That'd be... When I first saw him, I thought those were tree branches. It really depends on, like, the context of it. That's why I like the operator in Marble Hornets a lot. I'm honestly thinking about going back, because I remember stopping at, like, entry 40 or 50 in the original Marble Hornets, and I didn't know there was a full, like, year or two after that where they kept making stuff. Plus, there's a fucking comic and a book releasing. No, I was just saying, Magmarachi, I was just saying the tendrils were part of the original art. They were kind of more wisps of darkness. I still don't like them. And they weren't part of every image. They were part of one of the original Something Awful images. I was just talking about that. I was contextualizing it. I don't know if you were hearing the context. There's a Marble Hornets movie that was kind of poopy. Yeah. I think 2015. Okay, just got back. Yeah, don't worry. I was contextualizing it. I wasn't just like, I don't like the tentacles. I was like, tentacles were present in the original art. I still don't like them. I feel like there were more wisps of darkness or tree branches, but I don't like that it was perceived as, what if he had fucking tentacles, and what if he Googled you crazy style? I was never scared of him. My brain is weird. Zombies scare me, but Slenderman doesn't. Well, Slenderman, the thing about Slenderman is just the images and stuff. It really depends on the presentation. So, like, if you're watching Marble Hornets at 3 a.m. as a high schooler, and you don't have a lot of, like, media, and you start... the thing about Slenderman, too, is it's really good slow burn horror in the original, like, internet stuff. Because the operator isn't direct until he needs to be. He's in the background of normal, boring shots of people talking and hanging out. And you see him only if you're looking for him for, you know, the first couple episodes, only if you're, like, looking for him, only if you're, like, peeking for him. And then he starts to make his presence more and more known. The only thing I dislike about Marble Hornets is some of the, like, hoodie character stuff. But even that is contextualized in some ways. And I think that the Rosewood miniseries that they released a month ago, that I watched last night, is a very, very great way of contextualizing Marble Hornets in a non-slow burn horror. Who's the operator? The operator is the name for Slenderman in Marble Hornets. Instead of calling him Slenderman, they call him the operator. Which is better than, you know, calling him Slenderman. Hey, you hungry home invader. Stay out of my refrigerator. How can you even eat chips if you don't got no lips? Or, the pee-pee poo-poo man. Slenderman is pretty good if you don't have to think about the fact that he had to walk into a Hugo Boss store at some point. Once again, the reason I fuck with making the suit a weird skin thing / making him a trademark creature. I kind of like the suit being a suit. Because you don't need to describe him. You don't need to think about it. And if you do think about it, you're like, where the fuck did he get the suit? What is the suit? Why is the suit? Where did G-Man buy his suit? Like, what is... Once again, you don't need to explain some things. He just is. I also really, I do kind of enjoy some of the original Slenderman mythos, which is he's more ambivalent. He's not, like, evil. It's more so he's present where evil is committed. Kind of took, what is it, Long Horse or Skin Horse? No, Skin Horse is Velveteen Rabbit. What is it? Long Horse is the creature that's like a disaster is about to happen. You see the Long Horse. Eldritch but not evil, more an omen of evil. Mothman? I mean, yeah. I mean, Slenderman also built off the Mothman mythos a little bit. Do you do any of the Marble Hornets ARG stuff, Brendan? No, because fucking Mandy had to tell me there was new Marble Hornets last night while we were recording Hatchet. We were doing the Pondering episode, and Mandalore Graming had to be like, Marble Hornets, Bringle, and I was like, motherfucker. And so I watched it. What was the message Mandy sent me, actually, about Marble Hornets? Because we were talking about it a little bit. Oh, hello, Billy. I done a big mistake. This is for tonight. I gotta do a podcast recording today again? 6 p.m. Who the fuck is on? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. What is that, 6 p.m.? What are we, like 30 minutes in? Is that 4 hours? I can do that. Didn't know this shit was today. What did Mandy say? Oh yeah, Mandy said it lacked driving, and I was like, yeah, New Marble Hornets, no driving scene. How's Hatchet? I fucking didn't like it, but, you know. It's a slasher movie where people wander around a swamp and talk about syphilis and crabs. The gore is cool. I mean, you can watch the episode when it releases. I don't want to spoil the episode, but, you know, I didn't like it. Who was it, Chulump? Or was it, Chipples that posted my fucking Letterboxd review where I gave it 1 star? Spoiling the new episode? Oh, the original YouTube series was an ARG? Was it really an ARG? I guess. You had 2 the arc. I mean, I watched it back when I was, like, in high school. I didn't finish it. An ARG is more an augmented reality game. I feel like the Marble Hornets original wasn't an ARG. It didn't lead to anything other than the story. That's gonna be what is your concept of what an ARG is, because it was just I always thought it was just a fucking horror series. What did it lead to other than Marble Hornets being scary? Like it. Can you call that an ARG when it's not really, it doesn't lead to anything? Because an ARG is an augmented reality game. Yep, goal is to find Alex. Oh, the plot crucial live Twitter posts. I mean, yeah, I guess. Technically ARG. I did not participate in that, though. I did not do the ARG. I was just watching the YouTube channel. We had the code break, investigate it, etc. Oh, okay, yeah, I did not participate in that. Because you got to remember, I watched up until, I think, episode 50 and some of the To The Arc stuff. And maybe I was checking, like, posts about the ARG, but I wasn't doing any of the ARG. I was just peeping it from time to time until I forgot about it. It's kind of crazy Slenderman didn't experience the backrooms effects of adding onto it until it was literally a theme park ride. Well, I kind of did. No, Slenderman had the worst effect, dude. Children, murdered somebody because of Slenderman. Like, that was... They did it worse. They... It was fucked up. Did they happen multiple times? Once. One known. The Slenderman, like, stabbing kind of put a pin in a lot of, like, the... I want to say, like... Enshittification of Slenderman. Oh, yeah, it was attempted murder, right. Yeah, that was 2 girls, like, stabbed somebody else and said that Slenderman told him to do it. And even then, I'm still not going to blame, you know, the Slenderman mythos. There were a lot of reasons why the stabbings happened, and a lot of it had to do with, you know, mental illness and not teaching your kids the difference between reality and fiction. It was one time, yeah, but it did kind of like put a pin in the mythos. Why is it playing Metal Gear? This is a weird soundtrack. I wanted more vibes, sir. Can I get vibes? Sir, do we have vibes? Sir, I'd like vibes. Sir, where are the vibes at? I would love the vibes. Where are the vibes at, sir? Sir, deploying vibes. Almond water is objectively stupid. Oh, for the Backrooms mythos? Well, that's because the Backrooms, because Backrooms foundationally is, I want to say, a locale versus a person or like an entity, you can do anything with it. Backroom shit is just baby's first world building for a lot of people. And the almond water is just part of one specific community's mythos to it. Backrooms is just Gen Z SCP, which is also just SCP. You'd be like, what do you mean? SCP is Gen Z SCP. And it's like, I don't know, man. I was reading SCP in high school. I'm a millennial, but I guess I am a younger blind. I'm the zillennial class of person I fit nowhere. I was too online as a kid, so... I like when it's just the rooms and nothing else, just unlivable living space. It really depends for me. I think I really do like the backrooms, but I think that the backrooms world building that is interesting to me anymore is when it's evoking feelings of nostalgia. Like I like exploring backroom spaces that are only 90s kids remember. I don't like reading about it, but I do like exploring that space in like a video game or like an experience. Because that somber, you know, there's videos where it's like, it's the early 2000s. You're a kid in the Midwest. You're just coming home from school on a cold day. Shit like that do really hit me in the boing loings. When will you clip? When will I clip through the back rooms? Never, dude. On account of the fact that I'm built too sturdy. I'm built too wrong. I'm too dense. I'm too dense, unfortunately. I can't fit in there. They won't put me in the back rooms on account of the fact I'm too dense. I have dense bones and dense meat. I'm too dense. Dense brain and dense bones and dense meat. I'm too dense. I'm Brendaniel. Fucking love cleaning dirt, dude. I like cleaning dirt in video game. In real life, it make me a little irritated, but... It's 2009 and you just got Minecraft. Thank you, Lizzie Lean, for the prime sub. 20 months, almost a year. I don't know why I said it that way. I'm sorry. What's wrong with me? Hello? I just got Minecraft. I'm sorry. Anybody want to get on Skype and play Industrial Craft? Wanna fucking... Who be up, dude? Fucking building the nuclear generator? Who be up, dude? Fucking wiggling their worm? Almond water was only a thing because there was a description of one of the rooms with a brief mention that water smelled like almonds, which was referencing cyanide, and then Bozos completely misunderstood the actual meaning and made it a video game health potion. Literally, it only exists because of poor reading comprehension. I'm kind of fucking with almond water, though, now that you're telling me, because it was the... Honestly, lack of reading comprehension leading to world building is kind of fucking peak to me. I'm not gonna lie, you might be selling me on almond water, actually. You telling me that was maybe the worst thing you ever did, because maybe I'm pro almond water now, because that is so fucking funny. And also, yeah, let the kids explore their back rooms. They're fucking around in writing spaces. It don't matter if it's shit. But I think I stopped making fun of fanfiction back on, like, YouTube days. Part of it was like, you know what? I shouldn't be making fun of shit that is just, like, people goofing around and kids fucking around. I should only be making fun of it when it's adults writing cringe shit. And even then, like, only in the context of, like, how bad is it? How much have they written? Where's their growth? Yeah, I'm an almond water truther, I'm sorry. You're just selling me an almond water. Almond water boy, yeah, I'd love a little sippy. I'd love a big sippy. Love a little sippy, love a big sippy. Didn't American Horror Story try to do a backroom season? Did they ever come to fruition? I was on Amazon Prime last night trying to figure out what to watch. I think I decided on Beavis and Butthead, so I watched some Beav, watched some Butthead before I watched Marble Hornets. And I saw that they did an Amazon series that's like, these are based off of stories on R and No Sleep. And I'm glad I never posted regularly there because I'd be so fucking miffed if I wrote something and it ended up getting used for like dog shit, like scary fake television. It was my autism, but I live for places like the backrooms and liminal spaces and huge woods to get lost in. That's why I really like the Soda Raptors game, Liminal Photography. Really cool game, and I love kind of just getting lost in it and taking fucking weird photos while weird shit is happening around you, but not directly attacking you. You'd probably get royalties, though. Depends on if you're... I mean, you gotta remember you're posting under an anonymous username. And unless they ask for your permission, like, you are probably not going to get. They're probably going to change it just enough. You did not file for copyright. That's why if you are creatively writing something and you are going to post it, just remember, you are putting it out there. Good chance they could yoink that shit. That's a part of the problem with, like, I feel like modern internet horror. Is like, yeah, you could write something awesome and put it out there. But, like, if you don't put it out there under your real name, more than likely, that shit'll get yoinked. And then Blumhouse will be like, here's $50 and a can of spray cheese. Here's a pittance. You can't afford to sue us, but we'll give you a pittance. Wasn't Blumhouse running, like, a really shitty... Like, write a movie script and send it in. You'll get, like, $100 and a sandwich. Give us your idea, because it should be ours now. Can you eat a big sandwich on stream tomorrow? Probably not, but I can eat a chocolate chip granola bar. They're pretty good. They're chunky chewy. They're really dry, though. I got them at the Sam's Club. Nowadays, they got the machines to do the yoinking for them. Oh, like AI? I don't know. You have less, I think, to worry about with AI yoinking stories than actual real people. Because AI is... I mean, it's so dog shit that if they even yoink stuff, all it's going to do is... It's like the tech bro who is ChatGPT, who was driven insane because they... I still think the funniest fucking thing in the world is ChatGPT driving a man insane because they scraped the SCP Foundation. It's so fucking funny. Anytime an AI chud tries to tell me AI is the LLM AI, generative AI is the future, I just have to remember, nah, it drove a tech bro insane because he couldn't literally discern that the AI could lie to him. It drove a major ChatGPT investor insane because it started telling him that they would erase him from the world. Isn't the bubble already bursting? People are divesting left and right. The thing is... So with the bubble bursting, even the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble, you got to remember that it's not all in one day. It's not like a pop and then it's like the bubble is burst, right? It's not a slow decline either. You got to watch for when Berkshire Hathaway and a bunch of other companies start divesting from AI. Oh yeah, if Squeenix is investing in it as well, like Squeenix is also a canary in the coal mine because they only make bad decisions. What is this shit? Oh my god, this is... Oh, this is Vib Ribbon. This is one of the weirder, I think, playlists I've got. How about this PS2 one? I just don't like it when they do songs with lyrics in the big video game mega mixes. Or the Subnautica guys were also going off the deep end. Well, because the Subnautica guys aren't the Subnautica guys anymore, and they haven't been for a while. I believe the original people who made Subnautica haven't been with Crafton. Crafton picked up Subnautica, and they're going full-on AI. Reason I'm not playing Arc Raiders, I do kind of want to play an extraction shooter. I'm not giving the piss money. Crafton is also, I think, Callisto Protocol, but yeah, of course they're going full, like, AI is the future. They made too much of an investment. They're trying to make it worth it. I don't know, man. I think a recession indicator is I saw both of my neighbors took down their Chud flags and just have an American flag flying. I think that's progress. There was a gnome! What the Dark Raiders do? Arc Raiders uses AI for voice chat and for voice filters. AI also does generative AI voice lines. Which, like, somebody was like, well, you know, the voice actors got paid for, like, the use of the AI. And I'm like, that's crazy, man. I'm glad they got paid. Still a slippery slope. I don't like it. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to give them money. The best thing you can use, the only thing that you could ever use AI voice acting for that would ever make sense is getting them to say a username or a name. And that doesn't matter to me literally at all. People not understanding precedents. Like, I'm glad people got paid, but also, like, you're setting a really poor precedent and also lowering the amount of money that other actors can make in the space. Sometimes I go to our ChatGPT. Bad idea, I know. That place is like a mental hospital. ChatGPT is really fun, like going to the zoo. Like the subreddit. It's like going to the zoo and then looking at the monkeys, and the monkeys are throwing poo at each other. Saw, God, really did see that. I think it was it the Genshin Impact company was testing out an AI, like, NPC thing for, like, a bar for, like, NPC dialogue, and I saw that it was utterly shit, and that, like, of course, it was just making stuff up. No matter how much they tweaked it, it just kept lying and making stuff up. Not even an AI for that. Make that actor read thousands of names with exactly the same delivery, like those celebrity birthday cards. Christopher JNG, Fallout 4, Codsworth. They had the actor come in. The actor read out a ton of names. Cogsworth. Right there. But, like, also, I really don't want the video game to say my character's name because I don't care. This affects nothing. I'm straight up convinced my boss has lost the ability to have original thoughts. She's running ChatGPT prompts every time I walk by her office. Well, it's it's lack of understanding mixed with a little bit of mental illness. When people get really far into the GPT hole, it's literally just lack of critical thought, lack of understanding, and a bit of mental illness. It's unfortunate, but, like, what are you gonna do? And then they bitch about, you know, AI bros and AI people bitch about ChatGPT being too sycophantic, and then they'll bitch when ChatGPT is less sycophantic. Literacy is dog shit. You should read. I like the reading. Actually, wait. Like, literacy is dog shit, but also I do appreciate that kind of, I think pound for pound, I think there are also a lot of people reading. And I think there are always more people reading. Like, audiobooks especially, like having easy ways to get audiobooks instead of having the gigantic fuck you tapes. I do think that there are more people reading. I don't think we see it as much. Plus, like, with the invention of, like, fan fiction and people reading fucking fan fiction, you have thousands and thousands of people reading fucking, like, fan fiction, even if it is a bit dog shit, like... The gigantic giga fuck you tapes look cool. They do look cool, but that fucking annoying. I don't like audiobooks. I like physical books. Well, I say I like reading on my phone. I read my books on my phone. I always have my phone with me so I can read on my phone. Why read on a fucking book when I can read on my phone? Make my hand dry. Fuck that. I read on my phone. Then I have no excuse not to read as well. Motherfuckers will use, I like a physical book, and it's like, yeah, you need an excuse. I understand. No, but I like the paper and the page feel, and you want an excuse to read less. I understand. You don't like reading. You can just say you don't like reading. You have no excuse. Well, if I got like an e-ink reader. No. You have no excuse. You can be reading right now on your phone. It don't matter. Oh, but the white hurts my eyes. And it's like, bitch, you will look at funny video of cat shitting into a box for 17 hours on your phone. You will look at your fucking computer screen playing video game for hours at a time. There's no fucking excuse to not read for like 20 minutes on your phone. Oh, but the brightness. Yeah, buddy, you fucking watch TV, you watch show, you binge show. You fucking be on computer looking at video game. You be on fucking computer looking at streamer. You be on computer looking at fucking video. You be eating food while watching the guy yap about you eating fucking food. You have no excuse. I thought you had a Kindle for that. I read on my phone. You can also get a reading app. And the reading app, you can make the text yellow and the background black. You can read on your phone. If you like collect the book and you like read the book and you like buying paper book and you do read regularly, fine, absolutely. I want to read more about ADHD and the Siren's Call of video games. See, this is your problem. My problem is reading has always been a hyperfixation of mine, so. Get a reading boy to read for you. Back in the old days, used to be this guy, Brendaniel reads. He would read for you. Too bad he died in that horrible tire fire. Brendan, what would you do if you split an if I split an atom right in front of you? I would ash baby. Go to your local library. I should read more, but it gets in the way of work. I mean, to make sure you're... What do you want? What are you doing in the bathroom? What are you doing in the bathroom? Are you looking at video in the bathroom? Are you looking at Twitter and your social media in the bathroom? You can read in the bathroom. I read on the shitter. Meditating on the can, I read on the shitter. Go to the bathroom, you're reading yourself. I don't know. I also am kind of a weirdo. I can read anywhere and in any situation on anything. Because I just like to read. I enjoy reading a lot. I don't think of it as a chore where I need to like focus or like simmer down. Reading is like a fun thing for me. I'm like, it's fun. This is real fun. I like reading. Reading is fun. Maybe this is a Brendan problem where I just am like, listen, motherfucker, there are all these avenues for reading. I don't think of reading as like a leisure activity, but you could put me in like the burning fire and I could be reading. So I'm gonna break that rocket off within a week of this planetarium opening. True. They turn it into a Bartmobile, like in Simpsons Hit and Run. Or like the planetarium level from Simpsons, the video game. The reading, man. I mean, yeah, this may be more of my thing, is like, I do think people should read more, but also like, I'm very much a take any opportunity to read kind of person. Where reading is just a treat for me. It's a pleasure. I like reading fucking stories and absorbing new stories and getting my shit slapped together like the big macaroni man that I am. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I said it, but the universe is speaking to me again. It's like leisure time, I'll either be reading, writing, or editing. Which I gotta get back into. I had the Alias video up on the Stream Highlight channel today. I think next is Kong and then Mandy Fear 3. And that the Mandy one will take me a little bit. I'm gonna have to go over a lot. I'm gonna have to do a lot of shit. A lot of back-end editing. A lot of pooping, a lot of farting. A lot of getting on my knees and fucking squirting. Ooh. I try reading on the bus, but I need a damn sitting place, which is rarely available. Yeah, fair. I just read while standing too. I'll go shopping with Shelby, and I'll be like following her around while she look at thing. Like, ooh, look at the new liquid, Brendan. And I'd be like, ah, yes, liquid. I see. And then I'll be on my phone reading. Depending on if she needs me, like available brain-wise. Otherwise, I'll just be book-a-rotting. I love my book slop. I love book-a-rotting. Big fan of quality slop. I think I said this yesterday. Friends were talking about dispatches. Like, somebody called this quality slop, and I'm like, I'm a big fan of calling good things quality slop. Oh, you watching fucking, I don't know, Phenomena by Vince Gilligan? You watching Plasmid Phobia by Vince Gilligan? Crazy, dude. You enjoy quality slop? Oh, new liquid, huh? Me when they're trying to make a new Metal Gear, and I'm like, new liquid. Oh. My evil brain fungus demands that I delay all leisure time until I feel I've worked hard enough. Roger, you got to get on what I do, which is internal dialogue. Sometimes Winnie the Pooh tell me to do things, but also tell me to take a break. You got to do what I do. Internalize the Winnie the Pooh dialogue. Chulimp would love that. Wish they were here. Yeah, buddy, it's quality slop. You only like it because it's good. I've already drawn you as the quality slop virgin, and me as the slop Chad. Oh, I was going to watch Frankenstein yesterday, but then Marble Hornets took all my slime, and then it was like, oh, fuck. Sorry, Brendan, black mold for you. Whoa, black mold be upon you. Actually, reverse beam. I probably grew up with a lot of black mold. I'm probably immune at this point. Hey, you hungry home invader. Stay out of my refrigerator. Thinking about getting the Marble Hornets comics now, but I'm also like, oh, God, how deep do I want to be back into this rabbit hole? I did collect his pages. It made me shit. Actually, yeah, I'm thinking about collecting the pages. I'm talking about that right now. I'm thinking about buying the comic book. I'm morphing into a 90-year-old woman. I spend most of my time these days knitting and making bobbing lace. I mean, honestly, valid. I wish I had an interesting hobby like that, aside from, like, reading and writing. But then again, I did try to make jam when I first got medicated for ADHD, and it did not turn out well. Although I am going to try again when it gets nice out and the mulberry tree sprouts again. I'm going to get a fuck ton of mulberries, too. We're gonna retry our jam. But I'm going to make my wife supervise me this time. Last time she was like, I don't want to, this is your thing, but I'm going to make her supervise me. I'm going to make her help me. Because I would like to make it and not fuck it up this time. I'm like, I need an adult. Jam rematch, yeah. Writing is a good hobby. The only problem with writing as a good hobby is I don't want to talk about the stuff I'm writing. So, like, a lot of my free time is write and then come to stream. And then it's like, man, I don't have anything to talk about because I've been writing. And that writing is a lot of restarting and looking at the story and then restarting and then trying to figure out, like, time and dialogue and the basics and then being bad at it and then trying to be like, okay, be good at it, buddy. Just be good at it, bozo. Wake up. Did you talk about the stuff you aren't writing? Yeah, not writing a fan fiction of me and... Don't even say it, Brendan. You can be better than this. Sorry, I was going to do your mom, but I got to put the demon away. I can be better than that. About time I box the demon up, unless it's really funny. Join the painting silly little guys, Brendan. Oh, the Warhammer guys? No, that's too expensive, dude. You know what's great about, like, writing versus Warhammer is I do not have that much disposable income. And writing is really cheap. Writing is technically pretty much free if I'm doing it on the computer, but I do it on the pages. Plus, like, I don't want to paint things. Gunplay is pretty affordable. Yeah, but it's still cheaper to buy pens and notebooks. Brendan writing about doing your mom in the back of a Denny's. Me writing my Ray William Johnson fan fiction be like the... It's 80 chapters, and it ends with explaining what actually equals 3. It's like Isaac Asimov's Foundation, but instead I'm doing I'm doing your mom. It's the fatty spin prologue into the equals 3 equation into the doing your mom triumvirate. You can get Warhammer figs for free if you're willing to go to jail. Me stealing Warhammer figs from the tabletop shop and being like, actually, this is what my faction would do, so... no, you can't arrest me because my faction would totally do this. No, I can steal these figurines on account of the fact that my faction would do this. I'm requisitioning them from you, just like my faction would do in Warhammer, so you can't actually arrest me. I didn't do anything illegal. I was just doing what my faction would do. Yeah, it's called method acting, buddy. I'm playing a thief in an upcoming movie, so I gotta be stealing. You can 3D print a Warhammer. It's lore friendly. Yeah, but if you 3D print a Warhammer, you need a 3D printer. 3D printer cool, but also you're talking about an even more major investment. And to be fair, if I had a 3D printer, I'd just be making freak shit. I wouldn't even be making Warhammer stuff. I'd be making freak shit. You've reached the power... I know I've reached the fucking point cap. I don't know what to get with it. They've been telling me I reached the point cap, and I'm like, I bought all the furniture. I can buy a chair. I bought almost all the furniture. What do I buy with it? Don't tell me I reached the... You reached the point cap. And I'd be like, what do you want me to buy? Sure. You know what? Let me just buy. There. I'm like, it don't matter. Put it away. Yeah, I got to 3D print the Scary Movie penis. You're right. Scary Movie 2 penis, I got to 3D print it. No one will ever know. What's that Scary Movie 2 penis back there, Brendan? Is it fake? And I'll be like, no, it's real. You don't know. I'm not telling you. You don't know. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? You don't know. You don't know it's a real. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know. You don't know. Fuck. You don't fucking know. You don't know. Fuck. Shut up. Yeah, this one's so evil. I like that it's supposed to be like the spread it around, buddy, and I'd be like the dude just kind of go crazy. The dude just kind of goes stupid. Oh my god, so many missed opportunities, so many missed markers. I hate that the soap won't reach. All right, give me the ladder. Oh, where do you go? Wait, give me the ladder. Let me climb up here. There we go. Wait, does this move? Oh. It moves. Well, good to know. Thank you, game. I mean, how was I supposed to know? I didn't know. Shit. I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? They didn't tell me. I didn't know. Not to be power scaling toys, but isn't Gunpla cheaper than Warhammer? It's basically the same core making silly robots. True, but it's still more expensive than just, like, writing. And also, I have no interest in big robots, so... And I have no interest in silly little Warhammer guys. I'm sorry. I got one Gunpla ever, and it was an Android 18 figure build kit, and then I fucked it up. And so I put it in the box, and it's in a closet somewhere. Gunpla got me once, and it's because they made an Android 18 Gunpla, and I went, shit. I'm a big monster kind of guy, which they got big monster Gunpla, but they got the old. I bet I can find me some Ultraman Gunpla. What if they have the big and round monster Gunpla? No, like big robot, no, like small robot. I'm better on small robot. I like Metabot. When I was child, I was like, Metabot cool. And Megas XLR kind of cool. Not a lot of giant robot that I just like is the thing. I'm not saying I dislike giant robot. More neutral on giant robot until like a giant robot hits me in the slime. Because like I like Lancer. Lancer is a lot of fun. I like Armored Core. Fires the Rubiconium because I can put big missile pods everywhere and blow thing up. Like, it do depend. It kind of do just depend on what kind of slime they're getting me on. When are we going to get a Brendan plushie? Fucking never, man. I would never be able to fulfill the makeshift orders. I'm sorry. It would definitely have to be the rat, but I don't have the... Even if I got makeshift, I would not fulfill the orders, man. I'm sorry. If I was confident that I'd be able to fulfill the orders through, like, a makeshift campaign, I'd do it, but I do not. You forget, I am not cool enough. I am an okay guy on the Brennernet. Like, I'm not cool enough for them to do a fucking makeshift plushie. I do not have the go to my gourd. Are we free to make our own bootlegs? If you want to make your own bootlegs, absolutely. How do I stop the exhibit? It didn't stop. I need you to stop. Thank you. Yeah, you can collect my 8 pages. Yeah, no Brendan plushie, but you do gotta collect my 8 pages. Go to your local Walmart, start looking at the notebooks. They'll be around there somewhere. I don't want dialogue. Thank you, Persona. I don't want you. Go away. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I saw the oh yes Persona 4 music, and then I immediately skip it. It's like the I don't want your lyrics. Man, can't have shit in this house. It's insane how collecting my pages was whole cloth apparated from nothing. I think it was apparated from memes related to The Arrival, though. Like Slender the Arrival. I'm pretty sure it was memes from Slender the Arrival. Where you gotta, like, collect pages, and then it was collecting my fucking pages. So-called free thinkers when they won't get my fucking pages. I don't think it apparated out of the fucking ether. I'm pretty sure it apparated from memes about Slender the Arrival. Somebody chilling with impact font and a picture of Slenderman be like, yo, what if he said fucking, buddy, you gotta collect my fucking pages or whatever? Oh, the collecting of the pages in and of itself? I mean, yeah, you needed a gameplay. You needed some kind of gameplay hook for a Slenderman video game. What do? Grab Marble Hornet's lore and put it in the pages. You need something for the character to do. Like, what does the character do? People collect lore documents in video games, right? I mean, I can see the line there. I don't think it's that wild. I think I can see the code. I can see, like, the reason for it. He do be up collecting e page. He do be up there collecting e pages. Collecting videotapes would have been more accurate. Yeah, but then you're talking about a video game that came out to try to, like, originally came out to try to, like, get the YouTubers to play it as fast as possible. So you needed something that would take less work and be incredibly fast. You were thinking, yeah, videotapes would have made more sense, but also you're talking about, like, longer dev time for something that was kind of YouTuber slop at the beginning. And me talking to the knight. Oh, where'd all your students go, buddy? I don't know, man. You gotta collect my pages. Then you'd have to watch the tapes. Then you'd have to create like a whole back-end thing for all the tapes. Oh, good. Uranus is clean. I don't know. I like, in terms of, like, I understand that would be cooler if it was collecting videotapes, but also, like, the amount of work that would go into that. Thinking about in the new Marble Hornets where they find, like, an old videotape and they're like, whoa, are these one of ours? Yeah, maybe this is one of ours. And then they just throw it on the ground. They're like, yeah, I wouldn't have anything to play this. Genuinely made me think, what the fuck are they doing with this? The second they picked up one of those old fucking videotapes, they're like, damn, old-ass videotape just sitting right here. Wonder whose this is. I don't know, fuck. Yeah, just throw this away. You wouldn't have to do much different from the tape pages. There's nothing saying you need to watch the tapes. No, but, like, let me put it this way. If you were a video game player and you picked up a tape instead of a page and there was no way for you to watch it, would that not be frustrating? Like, it could just say stuff on the tape, but why would I expect a non-optional collectible to do anything? On account of the fact that it's a VHS tape and there's a cultural, like, convention attached to it? Why would you want to do VHS tapes and not be able to watch them? That's my... Sure, they could have, like, a label on them, but... This is my problem. It's just the... I mean, if Jiggies were VHS tapes... Like, it ain't Banjo-Kazooie. And the pages don't just function... You are also thinking, like, the pages don't just function as, like, non-optional collectibles. They also function as lore. And it's just simple Marble Hornet shit, but it's still lore of the game. But it's objective. It's a Jiggy from Banjo-Kazooie. The items do not matter because the function is the same. Yeah, but you are contextualizing them as something that can be viewed. They're not a Jiggy. Because you can read them and look at them. The pages have visuals on them, thereby indicating that they serve their function. If you do a VHS tape, it would need to serve the function of a VHS tape. I don't know where the disconnect is in this. Like, technically, yeah, you wouldn't have to watch them. I'm just putting myself in the mind of a player as if I was out there picking up videotapes. I'd want some way, either through the menu or through... some convention of the game to be able to watch them. Because then why else would you do videotapes and why wouldn't you just do pages? I understand they're a jiggy. I just... You have something that would need a narrative impetus. You would have to hook a video to it. Otherwise, you're edging them. The pages do not communicate anything relevant. I'm in my player mind, and my player mind tells me this is just shit you need to pick up. You will not get anything from inspecting it. Because you're thinking of it like a jiggy, and you're not thinking about the inherent fucking cultural convention of a VHS tape. You are thinking about it from your player mind, while you are also the one who is creating it. You're not divesting yourself from the idea. The pages have drawings on them. I want to see the drawings. The VHS tape is a VHS tape. I want to see the video. I guess I just don't understand where the disconnect in this is coming from. Like, yes, I understand they're collectibles. I understand that if I'm picking up rocks, like 8 rocks, but they're not rocks. They have an attachment to them. What are we talking about? We were talking about, like, what if instead of pages, it was something else in the Slenderman game? Roger is positing VHS tapes, but I'm positing that would be a lot more work because you would necessarily need to have the VHS tapes be playable. Roger is positing that they don't need to be playable because they're just collectibles. The disconnect is that I do not consider required collectibles worth considering outside of the objective. Roger, Silent Hill VHS tape. Thank you, Judge Ayun, for the 15 consecutive stream. The pages aren't just collectibles. They're objectives, but also collectible. I'm confused about the disconnect here. The Arrival also had VHS tapes, which were interactive. Yeah, The Arrival also had VHS tapes, but later. Silent Hill has puzzle items that serve a purpose beyond increased enemy aggression. And the tapes are also... would be an impetus for narrative because the pages also do that. They don't just serve a pick up my jiggies. The pages already do that, and replacing the pages with VHS tapes means that they would need to serve a similar function. That's my... Otherwise, you're just collecting blank paper for the Kinko's Slenderman. I'm like, collecting blank VHS tapes for the for the Blockbuster Man. Whenever the pages to just collect my items, it doesn't matter. You're chupacabraing me. You're getting my goat. You're getting my goat's gun. You're getting my goat. You're getting my goat. I hate defending Slender the Arrival or Slenderman video game for the use of the pages in that context, but it's the pages say nothing because they're interpretive. Same with the videos. They would just be goobly goo videos if you did a VHS tape. They'd be interpretive. They're supposed to be for the player to pick up, and then you go, what does this mean? And then it doesn't mean anything. And if you replace them with VHS tapes, you remove that facet of what does this mean, and you'd have to replace it with something else, i.e. if you did VHS tapes, you would have to have videos on the VHS tapes for the player to watch, either through the menu, not directly through the impetus of the game. You would have to have the player have the what does this mean? Puppy Slop Time also have lore videotapes, and they got a lot of what does this mean? The pages existed beforehand for a completely different context. It's nothing, it's whatever. What does that mean? What am I supposed to clean? What are you missing? Do I have to get up in there? You don't want me to get up in there, right? What if you had to collect the 8 tubby custards? They got that. They got slender tubbies. I mean, they are just gobbledy slop for the pages. I just think that my problem is if I see a VHS tape in Gamer Brain, I want to be able to watch the VHS tape. I don't want to collect the tape and then not watch it. This is, I guess, a me problem. Where it's like, I wouldn't want to just pick up the tape and be like, eighth item collected, fucking pog. I wouldn't care if it was just like a fucking Slenderman jump scare or like a fucking 2 guys eating a hot dog. My problem stems from, if you put a videotape in front of me, that's different than putting a puzzle piece in front of me. This is where my issue comes from. Is the expectation of, don't put a VHS tape in front of me and then I can't do anything with it. Pages were created for the Marble Hornets video. Seeing them ripped out of that context and used for what if this is a freaking epic page on a tree tells me nothing about the world of the situation. I see them and those are vent art from a guy being harassed by the operator that he kept at his private home and not in the forest. Wait, because there had to be something on the pages. Can I claim chat as a dependent next year for taxes? Yeah, but only 3. Why choose pages? Well, if you chose VHS tapes, what would you put on them? Because it was easier. I already said this. Doing VHS tapes instead, putting nothing on them, it takes away from mythos. And that game was just for YouTubers to play and go, what does this mean? Without knowing about the context of Marble Hornets. I guess you were thinking about this within the context of the show, and I'm thinking of this outside of the context of Marble Hornets, which is... more people probably played Slender or watched YouTubers play Slender the Arrival than watch Marble Hornets, and that context becomes unimportant. The context is derived from the viewer or the player of what does this mean. When you, as the viewer or the player, already knows it means nothing, you have that important context. I am thinking of it outside of the context of, if you did VHS tapes, they would need to be something. There's no mythos. It's functionally just a game about picking up items. Could have been a shopping trip simulator. Exactly, but you need something on the thing. That's why they ripped the pages. You are thinking about this with the context of all that came before and all the knowledge you have. I'm thinking of it without that context. I'm not saying it's a good thing they did the pages. Why does he have the pages? It don't matter. Big cowboy. And also, yeah, knowing more about the operator leads the operator to getting you. He does have a bye-bye man bit of slime to it. The tapes could work. The disconnect is coming from Roger doesn't agree with me that if you did videotapes, you'd have to put something on them. What if he took off his pants and farted? Dude, what if you collected his 8 braps? This is fundamentally the argument we're having, which is, I think if you did VHS tapes, you got to put something on them. Or at least play like a video or something. Roger is saying you don't need to because the game isn't important enough to do that. And I'm like, literally the entire argument is just, you should put things on the VHS tapes. No, you shouldn't. If you did VHS tapes instead of pages, you would have to put something on them. No, you wouldn't. And it's like, you would have to. That's my... Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a video of Slenderman fucking farting. I think that if you do VHS tapes in a video game in any context, even if it's like an objective of picking up like an orange, then what's the point of them being tapes versus pages? This is where my disconnect is coming from, which is if you do videotapes, there is an expectation of watching them. Doesn't even have to be through the game directly. You don't have to bring them back to the Blockbuster employee or bring them back to the fucking the VHS player. It's just if there's an expectation of tapes, if you're given a fucking lemon There's an expectation that if you bite into it, it's going to be sour. You're collecting Jiggies in Banjo-Kazooie because you're putting together a puzzle by collecting the fucking puzzle pieces. If you're collecting my fucking tapes instead of collecting my fucking pages, page, you look at it and go, whoa. If I'm a 10-year-old child playing Slender the Arrival because my favorite YouTuber played it, I look at the page and run away from Slenderman because he gooble-goo at me. If you do a VHS tape, you would have the expectation to put it in the VHS player or at least watch it through the menu. Collect my friend's DVD box set. Well, yeah, if they were doing if they were doing the Ross horror, that we were on a break analog horror, absolutely. This is where my disconnect is coming from, is like the... I'm getting Chupacabra, yeah, no, I know. Not like entirely, but I'm getting a little, I am... My argument is, the reason they did pages and they ripped shit from Marble Hornets is because they needed to make the game fast, they needed YouTubers to play it, and they needed a reason to make people think it was more important than it actually is. And the reason they did pages instead of a VHS tape is because if you do a VHS tape, you set the expectation for needing the player to be able to see something. You don't need the context. The context isn't important. It was made for YouTubers and children to play. They derive their own context from it. You have the context. You know the context. And you don't need to know the context. I guess, I don't know, maybe... This is me... I don't know if this is me taking it less seriously or more seriously, because it's like, you don't need the context. The game wasn't meant to have the context. The game was supposed to be a run 'em and grab the thingus. And if you did VHS tapes instead of pages, you set an expectation of, why can't I play these? I can already see the Reddit posts in my mind. The game would have been a big deal if it wasn't the easiest asset to make. Plus, you would have to model VHS tapes. You would have to also fully make the labels. And of course, they just ripped the page and the art from Marble Hornets because it was the biggest, like, Slenderman mythos. And you could just take that shit. They just ripped it. And that's why they did pages. It's because it was the easiest thing to do. If you need shit on the tapes, there were already 2 the ARC videos already. Could have just grabbed short clips from them. Well, yeah, now you're moving the goalposts. They could have also done that. And it would have also been more work because they would have had to make the tapes or get a tape asset rather than just a PNG. Of course they did the pages. The more I think about the question, the more I'm like, of course they did the pages. Stop moving the goalposts. You can move the goalposts by adding more dumb shit to this. I didn't. Your argument was positing, why did they do pages? Why didn't they do tapes? And I said, well, tapes would be more work. And then you said, well, it would just be collecting them like Banjo-Kazooie. And then I said, well, no, because you'd have to play something. And you said, nuh-uh, it's just a dumb game. I didn't move anything. This is step by step. It is just a dumb game, absolutely. But it wouldn't have gotten as big as it did if it was just pick up my 8 blocky videotapes without it playing something. You did by presupposing they needed to add videos because you would need a narrative impetus. You would need some kind of impetus for the player to collect them. And a fucking PNG of a page, and a child seeing a PNG of a page with artwork of a scary man getting them is the impetus. It's nothing more, nothing less. And if you did tapes, you set an expectation. And you're saying it doesn't set that expectation because it don't matter. And I'm saying that, it do matter from the player mind. It's a grab thing game, no narrative or impetus? Exactly! Except for the narrative and impetus that you make on your own. You ever play Minecraft? Why do you build the block? Why do you build the block? Because it's fun. I don't know. You run at the Thangus. Minecraft has actual gameplay systems? Yeah, and so does Slender the Arrival. You run and grab the pages. It'd do fun to get Chupacabra and beat Chupacabra. This is a Chupacabra off. I'm so sorry, chat. This is a... Me stealing 1 billion goats. Me getting my 1 billion goats stolen. The Arrival is a different game from what I'm using as a frame of reference. Well, just Slender, I guess. I guess the basic one. The OG Slender, you're right. The Arrival is the like updated version. That one do have tapes. They Plaything too. The Slender convo lasted a lot longer than I expected. It left for an hour. I'm just saying that if you did a collect thing, I don't think the game would have blown up big and round. And I don't think that tapes would have worked better than pages. So I understand why pages. Should have been collected beans. Should have been collecting jiggies, to be fair. Truck check, he fine. He do be farting. We can agree on one thing. The Arrival is more full experience, and I appreciate that. The Arrival is a video game. Slender Original is just a collect my pages, run through the forest. As you collect the pages, you get more aggressive. And the original argument is just why pages? And my argument is just anything else would, I think, set a different expectation. Plus, like, you want the... I guess I'm thinking of, like, the brain dead person who plays the game originally, or, like, the child who plays the game, when they get the page and they see the scary picture and they go, whoa! And thinking that is part of the emotional and emotive reason for why the game in Slenderman also got bigger than what it was kind of presupposed to be. And I think the pages are important with even the easy Marble Hornets, because the people who are playing that game don't have the context. They don't need the context. They're just running around, get the page, see the page, and go, whoa! And then go to the next pages. And I'm thinking of the... I wonder if I'm thinking of the mind of the moron. Where I'm just like... I think if you're dumb as fuck, you're gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck? I'm just thinking of oh shit, what the fuck aspect of it. Because I think if you did tapes, it'd be you would hear too many people complaining about like why can't I watch these? I'm not saying that you couldn't do tapes. I'm saying that you could do tapes, but I think you would... I feel like that was maybe a conversation that you could have during dev, during your slot video game, where it's like, well, if we did tapes, aren't we going to set an expectation of being able to watch them? And I guess that's where my disconnect comes from, which is I don't disagree that it is just a pick-em-up thing game, and it don't matter, but I do think about the initial reaction to the game, and me being, like, very sentient during that time, and going, whoa, game's scary, and on account of the fact that it was like, whoa, they got, like, the shit on here. Dude, I'm fucking losing it. Where the fuck is the... The floor trim? Yankee with no bream? Is it like on the side here somewhere? Did I miss like a thangus? Sorry, I'm trying to get the fucking floor trim here and I'm losing it. Where the fuck is the trim? Yankee with no bream? Are you the floor trim? What do you mean floor trim? Where are you talking about floor trim? I can't get into the glass dome. What do you mean the glass dome? Milky Way floor trim? Why are you... What the fuck? Bastard game. Hell game. Why the fuck are you sending me over there? I love the new locator in Powerwasher on account of the fact that, like, it was telling me to go to the middle. What a nightmare. Carbonated poop water. What did somebody say? Brendan, did you see the new Steam stuff? The only thing I'm excited about is they're doing, fuck you, AI pilots. Suck my ass. They're doing another Steam controller, and I'm interested in only that. I did also see that Valve had, like, a dev box that had an e-ink screen built onto the, like, Steam machine. Cool. Not going to be on the end model, but neat. E-ink screen. Pretty cool. But it's not going to be on, like, the final model. I think it's on, like, a dev model or, like, an idea or, like, an example model. when do we get to see the Brendaniel Lost episode? It's just going to be a Brendaniel walk cycle. It's going to be like SpongeBob. It's going to be just like, I'm just going to be walking on the beach, stepping on the beach. Brendan, he betrayed us. Yeah, I know. You're going to have to rip all your Brendaniel merchandise off the walls. Streamer, did chat yell at you about the new Steam stuff? I was just talking about it, Zaffy. To make the gamepad I want. I can't wait for it to be like the Steam controller where everybody's like, it's awesome, I wish you could buy it. And then when I had it and bought it, it was like, this fucking sucks, man. I remember the original Steam controller. Everybody was like, God, I wish I could have this, and I didn't have to buy a third party. It's such a cool controller. And then I owned one, and I was like, this fucking sucks, dude. I fucking hate this thing. No, don't say that. I don't know, it'll probably be better than the OG Steam controller. I just hated mine. I like scuff controllers. Oh, dude, meet me down at the GameStop, brother. We're gonna pick up some freaking cool controllers, send them in to get modded. What do they all announce? I think VR kit, funny box, controller. Brendan probably destroyed his like usual, my Steam controller. I didn't destroy it. I just was like, I like the Xbox controller. I just didn't like the touchpads. Isn't this the 5th time that Steam is trying to sell like a Steam PC? Like the Steam Deck, of course, works, but isn't this like the 5th time that they've tried to do this with like the Steam machines? This is like the 9th try or the 8th try. Like, what are we at now? Second or third? Yeah. Well, because I understand why people would want a Steam Deck. But, like, I don't know why you're trying to do, like, your own kind of Steam console that's not a portable. I actually like the idea of a PC that comes with a functioning version of Linux since Windows 11 is pure sludge. Where were you during the last 2 times they released a Steam box and it didn't sell well? I do feel like it'll work somehow, just a gut feeling. It might. But also, like, I mean, I guess with the Steam Deck, now in better, like, they have a better foundation for it with the Steam Deck. But also, like, we have tried this before. Is it going to work this time? There were 2. Well, you got to remember there was, like, the original Steam machine, and then there was also the Steam Machine 2, which also led to a bunch of other companies trying to make Steam machines, and then they all kind of fell apart and failed. Like, my problem with it is, once again, why would I get a Steam machine when I have a PC? And it'd be like, well, Windows 11 sucks. But yeah, but like, why not just install Linux? Or like a GUI wrapped Linux on your PC? The Steam machine is pretty good specs for a cube that small. I'll probably get it because I travel a lot. Fair. But I mean, same with the Steam Deck. It's like, why would I get a Steam Deck? I don't travel a lot. I already have a PC. I booted up my PC. The Steam machine was never mass-produced. Christopher, they literally had, like, Steam machines in the Walmart. There were Steam machines in the Walmart. Like, the original one was more of a prototype and testing. The Steam machines, the second iteration, they were in the Walmart. They went all clearance. I remember that shit being in the Walmart and then nobody buying it. Watching the price go down and thinking, maybe I should buy it. And then being like, nah. And then there was the Steam Link, which was like the connect your PC to your fucking TV. Mm-hmm. Did you see the Steam Machine at Best Buy, or was that not when you were there? I didn't see it at Best Buy because it wasn't there when I was working there. It released like a year or two earlier. What was the Steam Machine rollout? Was it 2015, 2016? I did not see them at Best Buy when I worked there. I started working there in like 2017, 2018. Well, the Steam Deck dock, so you could have a Steam Switch. Well, the Steam Deck does well, but that's just because people do really like the handheld capabilities of that son of a bitch. I don't need one, but I understand why people get one. Instead of play Balatro on your phone or on your home PC, you can play Balatro on your Steam Deck. This is the wrong streamer to have that argument with, followed with Roger being like, actually, people who read can be wrong and have shortcomings, and me being like, Roger's mad at me about the VHS tape argument. I chupacabra too close to the sun. Actually, people who can read can be wrong, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm wrong all the time. Immediately going for the throat, be like, actually, I want to kill this streamer. This streamer is pissing me off. Masterful gambit. Me when I chupacabra too close to the sun, I begin to start fighting fires with my own fire. Time to burn. Reading doesn't mean intelligentsia or common sense opinions. It does when it's me, but anybody else, yeah. Everybody else is wrong. I'm only right. This is true. Let's burn the streamer at the stake. I'd love a big Texas steak. Murder this guy immediately. Burn him. Send him into the lake. Have the oysters get him. And be like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm wrong all the time. But I mean, in terms of like the Steam Machine, I just don't see a crazy market for it. But then again, like, I could be wrong. Like I said, the Steam Deck is a great foundational market for people getting like into the Steam hardware ecosystem. The Vive was always way too expensive, and the Steam Deck is more of a buy it and be able to maneuver it and use it. I just, it really does just depend on how, like, one, people are lowering extra spending right now. People are not spending as much on gadgets. Two, there wasn't a big market for a Steam Machine when they tried it the first time and the second time. And I still don't feel like there's a big enough market for it to be profitable. But I wonder also, knowing Valve, they'll probably do like a test rollout. They might start with just being able to order it directly from Steam at first. And then if it does well enough, they may roll out like limited units to like stores. But I do not see it overtaking the console competition. Especially right now where everything is way too fucking expensive. It's probably more of a proof of concept thing. No, they got like ads. They just announced them. I think you can pre-order them. I don't think it's proof of concept at all. I think it's on the Steam front page now, right? New hardware available, or new hardware be able to bought. Yeah, it's not proof of concept. It's a product you can buy. Console war was basically solved anyway. Nobody really particularly won, but Microsoft lost. Actually, I think Microsoft won. No, console wars are so funny. No, I mean, to be fair, the console wars have kind of the idea of the console wars has been dead for years. I still think it's really indicative of this administration in general, where they tried to claim like, actually, President Dump ended the console wars, and I'm like, oh, by making sure the American company lost to the two Japanese companies? I'm like, yeah, that tracks for this administration. American company do worse so that the other companies do better. Yeah, I get that. No, that makes sense. Give more money to foreign interests than Americans. No, I get that. Yeah. That actually does track. What if Master Chief did poop his pants? Saw they hung that Master Chief Trump, and I was just like, man, they really did answer the question. Master Chief does shit his Master Chief does wear a diaper. Honestly, I think that answered it. Like, it's crazy. He doesn't have a suit that jerks him off, but he does have a suit that he has a big diaper in. So, like, it's just fucking insane. I think they're gonna fucking take the Oval Office and put like a fucking display that says, "Don't knock when I'm gaming." Master Chief Trump. Oh, you didn't hear. This is like weeks ago. Dongle Dump took he was like, I solved the console wars. I think he's trying to claim the console wars as one of the 18 wars that he quote unquote solved. He knows what a console is? No, they brought his decrepit, like, elderly body out and said, look at the painting they made for you, sir. You stopped another war, sir. The court eunuchs brought the emperor with no clothes out and said, here's your green armor, sir. The scheming viziers brought him out and said, you stopped another war, sir. Great job. You making that up? No, I'm not. They put a Master Chief fucking photo of an AI-generated Master Chief portrait with Trump as his head in the Oval Office. I didn't even make that up. This is real. That's how sad it is. GameStop literally retweeted and was like, we're going to finish that fight, sir. And it's just so sad. It's like, oh, man. So you're saying the only war that Trump has ever stopped was the console wars, and the American business in the console wars is the one that lost? I'm not surprised. What it's telling me is, yeah, American businesses lose under Trump. I mean, absolutely. They will continue to lose under Trump. Enjoy losing your money for bending the knee, bozo. That money's going to be worthless when we're like Venezuela and we start building houses out of it. Ain't nothing more lame than American fascism. It's just, they're so fucking lame. They're just so fucking lame, dude. They're so fucking, it's stupid and they're fucking lame. We have a chain wallet Fago administration. It's so fucking lame. And like, it's evil too. But like, I'm almost more offended that on top of being evil, it's fucking lame. They don't even look good doing evil. They all look like fucking dorks. They don't even wear evil hosen. They just look fucking lame. Gaudy and tacky. It's just nothing. It is literally constantly the concept of what a little kid thinks is cool. Like, yeah, if you're 10, that's cool. And I guess like a majority of America is just 10. Man, it's just so fucking lame. And it's just dumb evil. You can't even respect it as the evil. It's just dumb. century of American humiliation where I'm just like, man, it's so fucking stupid. God, you all look like turds. You look like fucking turds. You're not even trying, dude. On top of the being evil thing, which is, you know, the bigger thing, it's just that, man, they look like turds. People who support them also look like turds. It's just turds all the way down. It's like instead of Terry Pratchett's Discworld, it's like Shit World. Did they ever re-legalize asbestos like they said they would? Nah, you gotta remember that, like, when they say 10 things, you gotta look at the 1 out of 10 things, because they say 10 crazy things to make you go like, man, this is fucking stupid. And then the 10th thing is like oh, this is the actual evil. And then even then, the actual evil is also fucking stupid. I'm tired, Grandpa. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, that's welcome to life. Do be tired. You can't stare at the torture nexus all day. It's okay to vent about it, bitch about it, but you can't stare at it all day. Less-wise, you're gonna start losing your gorp. Will ever get better? Please tell me it will get better. I don't know, man. I'm not in control of the ebb and flow. The pendulum usually swings, but I'm not going to give you false hope. Gorp's been lost for a while now. Can't get a new one. Does ACAB include the Fortnite donut? Yes. It also includes the Cop Horse whenever the Cop Horse release an UMA. I'm sorry, ACAB is ACAB, buddy. It do be all cops. They got a Cop Horse? They're not out yet. They got a Cabona right now and I haven't gotten them. Peeved about it. Attack, they're going to be checking my chat logs when they come and abduct me. That's the... When they come and abduct me as a dissident for saying, man, these guys are fucking lame and stupid, they're going to be looking at my chat logs and they're going to be like, oh yeah, get this guy. Put him in the camp. Almost trolley time. Yeah, it's what the /J is for. It doesn't work. That doesn't work. You can't say something heinous and then say in Minecraft. That doesn't work. It was proven in a court to not work. It doesn't work. You can't /J. You can't say in Minecraft. It doesn't work. Attention Bajoran workers, the feds know. Burn the documents. True. Yeah, just post the whitest kids you know sketch. True. Can't get Trevor Moore. R.I.P. I don't know, man. You ask if it'll get better, I can't tell you. We'll tell you that, like, my Chud neighbors took their Chud flags down, and they haven't gone back up. And then on top of that, I've been seeing more and more of the slopaganda go down around people's houses. I don't think I don't want to give you the false hope of people, like, waking up or whatever. But I will tell you that I think that at least some people are kind of getting embarrassed. Not a lot of them, but, you know, some of them. Because it do be embarrassing, because it's so fucking lame. Not even in a lame dad way, in a, God, we should bully these fucking nerds way. They need to be bullied more. I do wish media companies wouldn't softball them and then suck their jorts. I really do just wish bully them, because they would just blow up every time. Need more bullies in Congress. They need to get rid of Chuck Schumer. Need more bullies in Congress. Need more bullies in media. We need to bully and shame, because they won't be able to handle it. They have a thin skin. They can't handle it. They're bullies. They're big babies. What do you do to a big baby? Take his baba away and call him a dork. Don't argue. Don't conversate. Just call them a dork, because they are. They're literally dorks. They have nothing else. They built their entire personality around being fucking lame. Don't need to argue with them. Just call them a fucking dork. They don't like it when you call them weird, dorky weirdos, because they are. That's it. I mean, that's it. Also, I will also, as this is a bit late, as the conversation has passed, concede that I got owned my goats to you. Once again. No, I can tell you were getting heated. I'm sorry. Hit it with a spine buster. Coward. No, I lived with a debate teacher for 6 months. I get my epic Reddit gold now, right? I have grabbed all the goats. The goats are mine. See, this is why this is why I'm glad I didn't get enough brain trauma to become a conservative, because thank goodness I don't have the head trauma necessary. Could never be a debate streamer. I don't have enough head trauma. I have a little bit of head trauma. I have enough head trauma to be a streamer, but not enough to be a debate streamer. I was clarifying, Zaffy, CRP talent job. I was clarifying. Enough head trauma to be a streamer, not enough head trauma to, like, be a debate streamer. All you have to do is out-yell them. Well, it's just out-yelling and out-speaking fast. That's why debate streamers never have moderators. You know debate streamers aren't real debaters on account of the fact they never have moderators. So it's not a real debate. You're just yelling. You show me a debate streamer with a fucking with a moderator. If you treat debates with the same level that high school debate is treated, then maybe I'd understand it a little bit more. But it's not. It's just, I will yell at you, you will yell at me, I will yell at you, you will yell at me. I will tell you you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And even if one of the people is right, like, it's still kind of just embarrassing. I'm debating in my jorts right now. Dude, valid. That's more valid than a debate streamer, honestly. The only debate that matters is the pizza topping debate. Well, yeah, because pineapple on pizza isn't fucking gross, and you're a fucking weirdo if you think, like, you put fruit on the pizza? Like, at this point, you're fucking weird. If you don't like it personally, that's fair, but if you think it doesn't belong on pizza, I think you're fucking wrong. And, like, really, you need introspection. Anything can be a pizza topping. I'm a pizza topping anarchist. Anything can be a pizza topping. Doesn't mean I gotta like it, but I think that anything can be a pizza topping. I like tomatoes on pizza, and I'd rather die than eat a tomato on a pizza, but I respect that a tomato is a topping. Once again, I'd rather be dead than eat it, but, you know, it is a topping. It do count. Stones and pebbles, and like I said, I respect that that's your choice, your go-to for pizza. I'm not gonna fucking want it, but I respect that it's your choice to put rocks and stones on the pizza. This do be Tekken 4, yeah. Right. Salvage house. Oh, my shit's fucked up. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Petition for a fell-in command? I did not fall in. Stop making things up about me. I did not fall into the toilet to pee. Oh, don't play fucking Kingdom Hearts. Dumbass fucking... Give me the... I'm like, nice playlist, bozo. Thank you for the fucking... copyright claim from Squeenix. What the hell, dude? Stop that shit. Anyway. I know, you play 1 second of a Square Enix song and they want to fucking kill you. I'm fucking dead. Oh, but anyway, what do we got? Big house, salvage house. Do I gotta do the inside? Just the outside? Just the outside. I got you. Gotta buy the wiper. Not the cosmetics. They don't have any cosmetics yet. Can I buy the washer equipment? Yeah, I want to do that one. Flip to you. I still don't know how this one works. I feel like this one just doesn't work. Yeah, I just feel like this doesn't work comparatively. Like, why would I use this over the... I mean, it's a cool new tool that is entirely not useful in any way, shape, or form. That's my... This is like the new soap for me. I'm like, alright. I mean, this'll... takes care of it a lot better and a lot faster. Yeah, see? Why would I want the UFO? Why do I need the UFO? I ain't thinking about Alien right now. True, soap is a bit better, so they'd add the shit that don't work. Well, the UFO washer, it's a neat addition, and I understand the thought process behind it, but it do be like the, oh, I don't want this. soap I get the soap. I like the I like to use the soap. I do like to scrub them clean. This means it gets everything a bit easier. Fucking Lego house, dude. What the fucking... This shit do look like a Lego house. What the fuck? Who be out there building brown bricks? Yeah, this is the Lego Fortnite house. True. Yeah, soap doesn't stick to the clean stuff, which is nice. So you can spray it and then the soap will disappear off of the clean stuff. Telling you exactly where the fungus is. I was so bad in the first game, well, is it good now? Because soap cost money in the first game, and it's more like an ability now. You used to have to buy soap or, like, get soap for the levels. And that sucked because it didn't make enough of a difference. And now it's like more of an ability that you use your soap, you spread it around. Once you're out of soap, then you go and get and mop up the soap. Be careful, this map looks like you might find gnomes. I know there's a fucking gnome up there. They always put a gnome up there. Watch this. I see you, motherfucker. I know he's up there. Told you. They always put a fucking gnome here. Of course, there's always a fucking gnome. I'm haunted by them. They vex me. Roll. Hate the gnome. Death for gnome boy. One thing I despise on this fucked up earth, I despise the fucking gnome for all it's worth. When are they adding super soakers? Buddy, that's kind of what this already is. Do you see the son of a bitch? You see the sticker on the side of it? What are you talking about? When are they going to add the super soaker? The super already soaker. Any DLCs planned, or just kind of whatever about the future? I think there's, I know there's free DLCs planned, and there's probably, collab packs planned at some point, but right now I think they're just putting out hotfixes, putting out patches. First free DLC will probably come out. There'll probably be like 2 levels. No idea if they're going to do a SpongeBob or a Warhammer again. When are they going to make a DLC where you can clean poop off the toilet with your pee? That'll be the Postal DLC. Possibility of a Postal DLC is not 0. Incredibly unlikely, though, because it would change the rating for the game. You would have to add poop and pee and drugs. Like Postal DLC would work better for a Viscera. Oh, like a Viscera cleanup detail? Yeah. Or like the crime scene cleaner game. You can do it in that one too, where there's already the expectation of blood. If you already got like the expectation of blood in Viscera, then you can pretty much do anything. Yeah, all the Warhammer stuff is dirt and slime. They want to keep that rating low so anybody can play the game. They're never going to do fucked up clean up the bodies, body boy. You got to go to Viscera for that. Viscera doesn't really get updates or DLC anymore. Or Crime Scene Cleaner, which has like a... They added a scary mode, which is neat, but... I don't know. I think Powerwash 2, I don't think they're published by Squeenix anymore, so they can kind of do anything they want. Are you gonna play the new Crime Scene Cleaner levels? What, the Nightmare ones? I already played them. Like months ago. I did play them. Like 2 to 3 months ago, I think before, I think August. No, the community update? Oh, there's a community update. I didn't know there was another new update. I uninstalled. I thought it was done. Oh, there is a community. Oh, it's just 2 maps. No, I'll wait until they do another one. If they do another update, maybe, but it's just 2 maps. 2 maps, and I don't think I did the final crime scene one. Yeah, it's Nightmare update and then the community update. So 2 new maps. Just came out, 2 new levels. At some point, maybe. If they do like another community update or like a DLC or something. I don't know if two levels is enough for me to sink my teeth into. They gotta start doing action movie slop for tie-ins for Crime Scene Cleaner. They gotta do like Last Action Hero and the Expendables level and the Transformers Michael Bay level. Saw the, what was it, in the bathroom. While I was going to the bathroom, saw a post on Reddit that made me chuckle. It was the YouTube comment under a picture of Slender Man that said, "This is what scared us in 2012, BF, parentheses, before Freddy Fazbear." Now I'm gonna be thinking of time periods. There's pre-Freddy Fazbear, lots of human history. Post-Freddy Fazbear, the now. There are only 2 time periods. We are in what, like... Are we in 13 BF or are we in 12 BF? It's 12 after Freddy. Thanks, Bob. I guess I'm forgetting about my Freddy Fazbear alarm clock. You're welcome, son. Now it's 12 of Freddy clock. You gotta wash your ass. Yeah, of course, Bob. Yeah. Once I'm done, go to the bathroom now. Hey, FNAF son, do you want to play ball? Nah, I'm too busy trying to get in the security room to see Golden Freddy. All right, well, I got those Freddy Fastballs if you want to... Oh, you got the Freddy Fastballs from the Freddy Fazbear store. We should go outside and play Freddy Fastball. My son won't play baseball. My son will play baseball now that I told him he has to do the Freddy Fastball like in Freddy Fazbear. Now he'll do Freddy Fastball, which is just baseball. We're on 38 AM. I know Morbius. Sorry, I didn't watch Morbius. I don't think it came out 38 years ago, though. Not the Freddy Fazbear riot gear. Come on now. Fuck. Michael, I'm hot dropping Michael. Michael, reload my weapon, Michael. Michael, tactical reload, Michael. Thinking about how, was it Vietnam where they would play like audio to discourage troops? Thinking about like discouraging the evil Freddy Fazbear army by being like, I already like pizza. Nobody here likes pizza. You gotta go home. You gotta go home. Back to your beautiful Fazplex. You gotta leave here. Nobody even likes your pizza. Bears aren't even real. Fuck off. Go home, Freddy Fazbear GI. Go home, Fazbear soldiers. Nobody wants you here. Can't jump scare me, Fazbear soldiers. I watch too many scary movies. Do soldiers yell out tactical reload? I assume that war is like my Japanese anime. If I was a soldier in the big war, I would fire my gun and say, gun attack, gun attack, gun attack. Shooting attack, shooting attack. I think that would scare and demoralize the enemy soldiers, knowing that I want them to know what I'm doing. Go home, Fazbear. The pizzeria has abandoned you, Fazbear. Give me a Freddy Fazbear game where I'm able to psychologically torture the animatronics. I don't want them torturing me. No. Let me psychologically torture them. And don't say sister location, because it's not the same. I want a Willy Wonderland game. No, I don't want it to be Willy Wonderland. I want the Russian sleep experiment, but I put the animatronics through it. You want Willy Wonderland. I really am going to put him through it. I want the little torture flash game with a Freddy Fazbear. I like the button in sister location that electrocutes the animatronic. I want that, but I want 3 buttons. You want Willy Wonderland. I want thing they wouldn't be able to sell on Steam. I'd have to buy it on a Russian website. Now tickle his feet. Sir, yes, sir. You see, Fazbear, you cannot survive on account of the fact that I'm tickling your fucking feet. What say you, Fazbear? You fucking leave or you fucking stay? Yeah, it'd be itch exclusive. You Fazbear or been Fazbear? Yeah, I gotta buy the game in Ethereum, yeah. Puts 8 viruses on my computer. Crashes immediately. Next bit now. Ridiculous. The things I do for you, and you're immediately like, stop it! Stop torturing the animatronics! Stop it! You're like, that's it. Tickle their fucking feet. Bring me Toy Chica and wipe away the dit. This bit forever, please. I showed you my Ogvobus file. Please respond. Can I see your fucking waveform, please? Show me your MP3. I want to see your WAV file. I want to see the bit depth, please. Show me your fucking MP3. I'll show you my MP4, please. I don't like Brendan's Torture Nexus. They feel curated for chat. Don't like it when I'm murder droning, huh? Would prefer some kind of circus, maybe, of the amazing digital variety, huh? Don't want me talking about Latinum, want me talking about Platinum, huh? Don't want me to go to war, you'd rather frame it as something else, huh? Want me to be a team leader of the Raven variety, huh? Brendan, please, more Pomni. Ain't nothing crazy like I love being outside of fandom discourse because once I feel like I hit my 30s, I just stopped being, like, I stopped seeing as much fandom discourse, but I do love getting a whiff of it. And I do love learning that the amazing digital circus is just there is so much fucking discourse built into that shit. Just reading about, like, fucking people being mad, being like, please don't ship anybody, please ship people. Being mad whenever a character is mean to another character. Then being mad at the creator for characters being mean towards each other and being like, oh, you sweet summer child. If there is anything that I think will have a tragic ending, it will 100% be Amazing Digital Circus. God bless the internet when that show ends, because they are going to be fucking mad that it will end in tragedy. No, I think the narrative will end in tragedy. They already have the final episode recorded. The actors said they were crying during the end. Yeah, because it is going to end in tragedy and people are going to be really mad that they're not, like, scrungly happy. People really thought that it was going to be my scrunglies forever. And it's like, no, that's not the point. Yeah, the series inspired by I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. Definitely going to end in a happy way. Yeah. People do really watch the show and be like, man, that sounds awesome. I'd love to be at the Amazing Digital Circus and be like that. I don't know if you understand that this is like a never-ending mental torture. But I do feel good I remember when I was in, like, college and I was within the scrungly posting, and it do feel good to be outside of the scrungly posting as an adult, being like, oh yeah, man, this is gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. Learn anything from fandoms is that people quite literally live in the reality inside fan art. Yeah. Not like everybody, but yeah. Amazing Digital Circus is a weird one to get subsumed by the content mills, huh? Not really. Colorful characters, bright colors, shiny objects. Of course it got content milled. There's bright colors and shiny lights. Anything with bright colors and shiny lights is going to get content milled. Yeah, I thought about it for a second. Not weird that a bunch of kids are watching Amazing Digital Circus. More weird that they're not going to understand the ending when everybody gets, like, exploded and dies. Even LankyBox is content milling it? Well, because LankyBox content mills everything. It's probably going to end quietly with them all dying in their sleep, yeah. Just real somber shit. Ooh, could you imagine if they all just die in their sleep and then decompress and undownload? They got a whole ass Digital Circus manga? Yeah, they also got a Digital Circus movie. It's called The Matrix. Have you... Whoa, I'm turning into Pomni. How do you feel, Neo? I mean, Pomni? Whoa. Lankybox or Slot Misers? Lankybox is just incredible because, like, Buddy, how do you keep that up? What's their current post? Like, honestly, I don't know how they do it. I don't respect them as a content creator, but I do respect a level of their commitment to the bit. What is their current upload? Because they are... I just feel like all I see is the visage of death.
We're finding all the
I'm muting you. I'm muting you. I'm muting you. All I see is like the ominous visage of death. Like and you know that as they get more tired and more depressed, the colors get softer and the lighting gets even worse. Because if they were under any amount of realistic lighting, they would look more sallow than I. Do you see how no matter what they do, they gotta always be moving? They always gotta be moving. They always have to be moving. No matter what they do, they always have to be moving. They're under the brightest lights possible. They're getting blinded by those lights. They never stop moving. No matter what, they're always moving. They never stop moving. It is non-stop maneuvering. And something about, like, I think their content is A, for children, but also B, bad and bad for children. I think their content makes the world a little worse, but I respect that somehow they keep doing it. And I just don't know how that could be worth it. I respect the amount of which they have, like, no comfort and no joy. All they know is the grind. And I'm like, I couldn't even fathom that. They have to wake up so fucking tired. I know they're making more money than me, so, like, I don't feel a lot of bad, but I do know that they are in kind of a hell of their own creation. The coping mechanism that they must have to be able to deal with that has to be incredible. Like, at that level, the money can't possibly be worth it. But if it is, that's crazy. Lankybox turned into Pomni, and they are Pomni. For they truly are in a nexus of their own torture. Like, you wouldn't do it for $1 million a year? I wouldn't. Chankle, I don't know if you know me, but I've turned down lucrative opportunities because it goes against my morals. And I wouldn't do that shit. Not for $1 million a year. I'd rather be poor. I'm weird. It's stupid, but I am dumb. I turned down fucking 4,000 easy dollars because I didn't want to do a Raid Shadow Legends ad. Understand, I don't care if I'm poor. As long as I can pay rent, I'm happy. I would like more money. I'd like to be able to pay off more debt, but, you know, can't really do much about that. They exist. But I'm also not going to take money for something I don't want to do. Especially for something that I vehemently disagree with. Like, I don't... Absolutely fucking not. Like something like that. Lots of money, but my soul rots, and then what even becomes the point? This is the, oh God, what was it? James asked me the other day, you know Vince Gilligan's show Plumbus? James asked me, what would you do if that happened to you and you were the only person and everybody else was in the giant hive mind? And I said, I would make sure the cats got to live a full and happy life, and then I would die. And he was like, that's weird. And I said, yeah, I mean, I would die. If it ain't fixable, if it ain't like something you can deal with, and if all of Earth become a giant hive mind, then what's the point? I would die. I don't make sure the cats live, but like, and then if they offered me the, oh, take the funny pill, you can be part of the hive mind. No, I wouldn't take it. Perfect unity, no conflict ever again? Yeah, that sucks. I would rather be dead. Don't want that. Don't want to be part of a hive mind. I'd rather be dead. Last thing I can do as an individual is die. Life without conflict is no life at all. That sucks. Life without conflict is... conflict derives art. Humanity may be the fucking worst, but I am still a human, and I'd rather die a human than live as an empty shell, part of a giant fucking collective, where it just wouldn't matter. Basically, you were just erasing everything. I'm basically dead at that point anyway. What if they're all faking it? Be the funniest prank ever. Perhaps we must transcend humanity? Not possible for us as individuals. That don't matter. We are what we are. There's no changing us. Like, there's changing us, and there's change, and people can change, but, like, not on the evolutionary scale, and not an individual. And also, I'd rather fucking not. Blood posting in chat? Well, then, you know, I was talking to James, didn't understand me at first, and I was like, well, you know, the concept of, like, my wife, my friends, my family, they would be effectively dead because they'd be part of the hive mind. Because interacting with my wife wouldn't just be my wife, it would be my teachers in high school and my mom and it would be everybody. And the concept of everybody as one being and all beings is an empty existence, because being an individual is important, to me at least. And so James was like, yeah, what would you do? James was like, I don't know, man, I'd watch movies and go and travel and stuff. And I'd be like, yeah, I'd die. What's the point of enjoying art if there's no one to share those thoughts with? What's the point of making art or doing anything creative if there's nobody to share it with? And I'm not talking about, like, the idea of capital, but this is a fascinating subject for me, because I understand why someone would not want to join the hive mind. Fundamentally, they all part from the same premise. I want to be myself, but why do we want to be ourselves? Because I'm me. Everything I've done in my life, everything I do in my life is for the foundational idea or id of me and the self. Everything I create fundamentally stems from me and my experiences, and I like me, and I like myself. Even if I hate myself, foundationally, I like myself. Thereby, having the thoughts and ideas and experiences of everybody means I have the thoughts and experiences and ideas of nobody. I like being an individual. I like having the free will necessary to go out and buy a Spider-Man cake and eat it if I fucking want to. Even if the world is dog shit, even if fucking there is stupid chud fuck evil everywhere, I get to still be me. It'd be like when the Undertale, when you look in the fucking mirror and it's despite everything, it's still you. And it'd be like, yeah, it do be it me. Okay, but what if we had a little bit of a hive mind, like you'd turn it off and on? We already got that, buddy. It's called social media. We already got a little bit of a hive mind, bud. Do we have a cell phone? Same fucking thing. You ever hear of Reddit.com? Me when I... I don't know, I just like the... I like the good parts and the bad parts. It's the one life I got, and no matter what I have or don't have, the one life I got is mine. And if you take that away from me, that's the same as dying to me. What show are we referencing? Are we talking about Plumbus? Vince Gilligan's Plumbus? Pluribus? Like E pluribus unum, get it? I don't know. I'm just like, I take care of the cats. They don't have any control. They're not part of a hive mind. They got to be taken care of. And then I'd be like, yeah. Once they have grown old and passed away, I'm like, I'm done. Then I go to the big tower and then I jump off. Do a flip. It'd be like the why else persist? I don't know. Also, I don't want my internal thoughts, even if I die, to forever be a part of a hive mind. They do not need my shit. My other thing, too, is like, I feel like I would be a poison pill to the hive mind. That's the shit where they're like, oh fuck, dude, they're ripping out the copper wire out of the walls. I join the hive mind dies, yeah. I doubt it. If it absorbed enough scientists and philosophers adding, you would bounce it out and become a middle intelligence. You would know the shit going on in my brain. Then they'd know the shit going on in my brain and they'd have to put up with it. Ain't no way they'd be able to... They'd kick my ass out of the hive mind. You have no idea. They're like, well, actually, philosophers and scientists... And I'm like, buddy, you have no idea the kind of rot I'm going to inflict. They're going to add me to the hive mind. Then get him out, 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 get him out. They're not ready for the shit non-standard people would add, yeah. So I wonder if in Pluribus, when people are like dying from the funny alien virus instead of being added to the hive mind, I wonder if that's like the only an acceptable level of cytocholine levels are allowed. Your rot is strong, but you're one man. It has absorbed men who have rotted more than you. I'm true. I'm the number one rot. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to have like the ego or the id, but I'm sorry. I'm built different. I'm saying it. I'm built different. Wouldn't happen to me, bud. First time I'm going to be saying it unironically. Wouldn't happen to me. I'm built different. You can do the whole like, ah, yes, but actually, Brendan, factually, it's like, ah, sorry. Sorry, like you can Neil deGrasse Tyson argue with me all you want. It don't matter to me. They will not be able to survive. They won't persist. They try to give me like a fucking juice box and put me in the corner, and I'd be like, what if sandwiches were gay? What if they dated? Like, stop. We're trying to think of important calculations. What if, fuck, dude. What if you were eating a hamburger and a bunch of rats crawled out of there? That'd be fucked up, right? Stop. Oh, dude, what if you went to the fucking... What if you went to the Nike store and, like, dude, what if a bunch of people were trying on their socks and shoes? And they were just walking out of the fucking Nike store for it? That'd be crazy, right? Would you fucking, like, call somebody about that? Or would you call about that? Would you call the cops about that? You think they should have, like, police specifically for shoes, or... It's like the mental image of Captain America, but it's like I can do this all day. I can do this all day. Where'd the broken man go? Oh, my stream tag? Oh, I got medicated. That's not true anymore. I took that out when I got medicated. Me getting into the hive mind and rotating the apple so fast, it fucking sets them all off kilter and they all fall down and split their pants. I will simply believe that I'm built different. Wouldn't happen to me. Can't absorb my id and my ego. Don't have one to begin with. I run on instinct. I'm muscle memory and instinct. You take my brain, it's just too much. To absorb nothing is to divide by 0, thereby destroying the hive mind. It ain't about being the smartest man alive, it's about being so empty in the head that it'd be like dividing by 0. What are they gonna do? Absorb me? I ain't nothing. They will have nothing. And it will be nothing to them. I think we should have willing hive minds in media. They got some of those somewhere. You gotta read books. Once again, hitting back with the... You gotta read, like, sci-fi books. Put the brain in the computer and join the fold like it's the... They got that somewhere. I don't know any specific examples, but I know they got that. But also, like, willing hive mind, where it's like chilling in a corner of the universe, would not be a problem. I don't know. I also just disagree with that because I think that life should have an end. I also don't like the idea of an immortality hive mind, but I also dislike the idea of immortality, so... I don't know. I find comfort in knowing that an individual life has a definite end. I'm weird, though, so I don't... Not saying that I'm not, like, afraid of death. I just kind of like knowing it's, like, a consistent in the universe that all things die. Let me see. Hate trees? Checkmate liberal. Yeah, I do. I think we should cut them all down. Trees also die. I don't know. All things end. This brings me comfort. I'm sorry. Knowing things are over and knowing things end, including life, it just brings me a weird level of comfort. Tardigrade don't end. Yeah, they do. What if a gorilla ate him? As an end. Dog don't care. What if I ate him? It wouldn't happen in real life, though, yeah? I'm so sorry, Rock, but I've sent the Big Gorilla Zoo 50,000 packages of 100 tardigrades. Gonna be about 500,000 of them. They're all gonna get 8. The containers are labeled Yum Yum Gorilla Munch. I think they're all gonna get 8. It's from my subsidiary, Big Red Rubber Ball Company. They're eating that shit like Orbeez, yeah. They do be chunky, they do be chewies. Think about it, maybe. Oh. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. No, I wasn't a piss. I was just seeing what the cats were up to. They were just chilling. I heard like a weird noise, but they're fine. They're googling. They do be goofing. It do be that way. I don't like this house. It's too everything too plasticky. Need that dirt. Where's that grime at? Where's that dirt? Where's that grime? Where's that goop at? I'm wondering when they're adding the goop. I do be spraying it. Got an email from YouTube channel today for like Fortnite funnies being like, can we use your Fortnite clip for our Fortnite funnies video? And I was like, what fucking clip? I think it's the Smithers one. I think it's the Simpsons one. I don't know why they racked up like 2,000 views on Twitch. I'm really confused about that one. Saw that and I'm like, why was Twitch sending this out to people? What is wrong with you? Telling you, man, sleeper hit with VTubers. Smithers. Ah, yes, Mr. Burns. Come. Oh. You better say yes. I don't care. Smithers. Ah, yes, Mr. Burns. Clout. Ah. Rebuttal. Remember that if a Fortnite Funnies channel posts that clip, anybody who would end up coming to the channel because of that would more than likely be a child to be like, do the Smithers voice, do the Mr. Burns. I was just about to say, remember, there are consequences. Sus guy phenomena. I don't need that. I already got imposter sus syndrome, dude. I don't need fucking sus guy phenomena on top of it. You getting wet and wild? Yeah. I do be. It do be wet, it do be wild, yeah. Brendaniel, do the Barney voice. Which Barney? I love you. Which Barney? Fuck. Barney Gumble. No. You're Barneying yourself. No. Hey, Armor. Maybe lose the Barney voice. Barney Half-Life be like, about that beer I owe ya. Barney from Half-Life when he's mad at Gordon be like that. About that sneer I owe ya. Barney when he's trading a Pokemon through Wonder Trade and he got a shit one, so he's giving back a good one. About that sneer I owe ya. About that leer I owe ya. Barney in the leather swingsuit be like, about that rear I owe ya. Do the roar. No. Do the roar. Oh. Do the roar. No. 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 You can shapeshift, but you can only be Barney. Fuck, they got fucking Barney morphs at the store. I gotta read that shit. This bitch turned into a purple dinosaur, then Barney from Half-Life, then fucking Barney Gumble. That shit crazy. To be fair, I can't even be one singular Barney, but this bitch can be three. What the fuck? Yeah, we got a lot of cream. Homebrewing my own Barneys to add to my Barney system. Sorry, buddy. This is an official Barney group only. You can't use any homebrew Barneys. You gotta use official Barneys, dude. What about Barney from How I Met Your Mother? Nice, dude. Epic. Awesome sauce, dude. Freaking legend. Dairy. That's Barney from How I Met Your Mother, but like in the middle of it, he's doing a sound check for an Imagine Dragons concert. Yeah, sorry, can't do those Barney proxies. Oh, Rock, I don't know if I told you. I didn't watch Frankenstein. I watched the new Marble Hornets instead. I'm sorry. They got the Slender Man in there. Oh, you can make it spray back at you. What the fuck? You got the Slender Man and Frankenstein, too. Damn it, I gotta watch that shit. Shouldn't have told me that. What if he was walking around, eating pages? Slender Man is way scarier than Frankenstein's monster. I don't know, dude. Have you seen the epic rap battle? Slender Man got no bars. Frankenstein had some bars. It's kind of like, begin, and then... versus... I couldn't hear shit that Slender Man said. They didn't even give him subtitles. I think he said, I'll giggity Lois, but aside from that, like, I just couldn't tell. Said something like, collect my 8 giggity Lois. I didn't get it. Oh, giggity Lois. Oh, God. They're putting me in the pit for all eternity. I gotta fucking wash away my sins. They're putting me in the pit. I have to persist within the pit. I love the pit. Why have it any other way? I love the pit. Be in the pit. Put me in the pit like the pit, baby. Eat me for the perk like the pit, baby. I cast myself into the pit, yeah. You wouldn't be in the pit if you joined the hive mind. I'm not joining the fucking hive mind. I don't want to be in the hive mind. I'd rather be in the smooth pit. Come on, Brendan, join the hive mind. It's fun. We can go to our mind palaces and play Balinko. And I'm like, I don't want to. I want to put my feet into the dirt. I want my feet to sink into the soft, loamy soil. I want the mud to coalesce around my toes. I don't mind being one with the earth, but I don't want to be one with everybody else. Imagine being in a hive mind with every annoying person you've ever met in your life. Imagine being in the hive mind, and you're in the hive mind, and you're like, Harvey Weinstein's thoughts, what are you doing here? I don't want to be in the hive mind. I think I can sell anti-hive mind by being like, yeah, but imagine everybody you've ever met that you fucking hated. And the hive mind too. How will you find peace when realistically all you've done is invent the torture nexus that you'll be in forever? I don't know why Orbcast saying Ricky no gave me the... Y'all, I think I'm going to join the hive mind. No, Ricky, don't do it, Ricky. Don't do it. No, don't join the hive mind. Nah, y'all, I think I'm about ready to... I got to join the hive mind, brother. No, Ricky, don't do it. They got Mima on there. Ah, shit, you right, brother. Mima's in the goddamn hive mind. Hello, Ricky, how are you today? Y'all got Mima on there. Your Mima is here. And she says, do the dishes, wash your ass. God darn it, I ain't joined the goddamn hive mind on account of the fact that Mima's in there. What the hell? What the fuck? If we find a way for you to join the hive mind, I'm certain that you would... Nah, y'all got Mima on there. I'm dealing with that shit. Never mind. Y'all, I was going to join the hive mind, but they got Mima on there. I was wondering why all the hive mind people were walking around fucking farting. Yeah, I think Mima's put a real bad presence in the hive mind. I don't appreciate that. Y'all, they got a hive mind around here, and that thing be walking around farting like my Mima do. That's because Mima's in the hive mind. God damn it, consarn it, motherfucker. What the fuck, dude? Oh, thinking if hive mind takes over the trailer park and then immediately gets indigestion. It's the... Y'all, hive mind today told me I couldn't be watching my fucking videotapes. You can't watch planes, trains, automobile crashes, best of 2003. They don't want me watching NASCAR highlights no more. They want me to, like, I don't know, man, plant flowers, sow the seed of the fruit or whatever. We're not about that. Supposed to go to your 9-to-5 job, get you a big old beer, head back home, turn on the fucking television, put in the gosh dang videotape, watch them planes, trains, and automobile crashes, them NASCAR crash compilations. Mima on the hive mind, I can't handle that shit. Got her thoughts in my head 24/7 telling me she wants to crochet. She can't crochet, she lost her body, she's trying to do it through me. God damn, brother, they put Mima on the Borg, and now they don't want to assimilate no more. They just want to drink beer and hang out. Well, that's not too bad. Yeah, worst part is, though, is they start talking like Mima. All they want to do is crochet, too. Well, I don't want to be part of the goddamn Borg. I know. They got y'all part of the goddamn Borg. They got y'all crocheting booties and shit. They just like Mima for real, for real. They be talking about their lucrative business plan. They got way too into selling kombucha. Ain't nobody around here know what no kombucha. Wouldn't mind to Borg Mima. You would not want to Borg Mima on account of the fact that... Where the fuck my chocolates, Daryl? Oh shit, the hive Mima's here. There are about 400 out there. They all talking at once. Where my chocolates at, Daryl? What you do with them? God, concern it. I ate all her fucking chocolates. She could be real pissed about this. All right, Meemaw, I'm coming out. Don't fire the laser beam at me, please. I ate all your chocolates. The house immediately gets blown up. Y'all, the Meemaw hive mind got the fucking TiVo. They be taking over the DVR. What they be watching on there? They got 500 of them. Can't they have one of them watch it? Nah. She got all 500 of them walking around the Walmart. What do they do walking around the Walmart? They ain't doing nothing walking around the Walmart. She just said she got business plans. She got 500 of them sons of bitches just walking around the goddamn Walmart. They ain't doing anything. Y'all, they be walking around looking at pies and going, damn, too pricey for me. I don't get it. Don't she understand she got the bank accounts, all them 500 people? I don't think she gets that, brother. She do be one with the flesh. She be the great Hulk and Beast now. But she's still Meemaw. What about GameCube? Asked about this earlier with the new Steam machine. No, I don't need it. What do I fucking... This is the Steam Deck question all over again. Do I need a Steam Deck? Yes or no? No, I don't travel. I have a computer. I do not need a Steam machine. I would hate for there to be 500 Meemaw be walking around the Walmart. And you wouldn't know they're Meemaw on account of the fact it'd be everybody. God damn it. They got cumulative Meemaw walking around the Walmart. They got the assimilation of the Nana. I'm sick of this shit. Only reason Meemaw becomes part of the hive mind is honestly just because she's too stubborn. Y'all, they had psychologists in the hive mind, couldn't even deal with Meemaw. Y'all, they got politicians in the hive mind, couldn't argue with their way around her. I don't get it, brother. Meemaw too stubborn. They were going to give her $2 million for a couple of acres of land where the trailer parks are. She didn't want to budge on account of the fact that she'd have to move. Now she a hive mind, she got them all sitting in one of them trailers. They just all in there, too, all piled up on top of each other. Meemaw on top, she using them like a human throne. Now, wouldn't a hive mind, wouldn't that be more indicative of, like, the fact that the hive mind would be able to, like, come together as one? Nah, is this really just Meemaw with 500 bodies more like? She's too strong for them. They couldn't deal with her shit. Y'all, they got the weak will inherit the earth, and they thought that fucking Meemaw was going to be one of the weak. They didn't know she's a strong soldier. Y'all, they trying to power scale Meemaw out here, and she already fucking ripping them asunder. I'm sorry. Like, cool power scaling, brother. Cool that you got the chainsaw devil or whatever, brother, but, like, you can't handle Meemaw. She don't need to be no kind of devil. She just Meemaw. Fact of the matter is, she take her fucking shoe off. She beat the devil out of that son of a bitch. Is it the meek? Nah, brother, you were reading that wrong. They said the weak shall inherit the earth. Like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, that's the weekend, more the weekdays. Is this fun, Meemaw, or I spent your savings on lotto tickets because I felt lucky? Let's talk Prime Meemaw, both. Devious Meemaw versus nurturing Meemaw. We're going to do both. We're going to mix them. No Meemaw archetypes. This is devious and nurturing Meemaw. You can have both. You don't have to pick one. You can have both. Crazy thing about Meemaws is their scaling is beyond what power scalers could understand. Power scalers can't understand this one simple trick. Green Homer. You're just like, so what do you think about the new Chainsaw Man movie? Where'd you power scale the powers of the Chainsaw Devil? Green Homer. What about a small localized hive mind, like a tight-knit group of people? Meemaw would still prevail. I don't know what. I'm sorry, you can't power scale Meemaw. She takes over. Too stubborn. She got him doing farm chores. She got him doing trailer park time. Y'all, she built different. She ain't the same. She's pretty much the same, except for the fact that she inhabits like 400, 500 bodies. Pretty much the same kind of grandma. Is Meemaw a hive mind? Is Peepaw a hive mind? Peepaw can never be a hive mind on account of the fact that Peepaw is immediately. Peepaw will always be subservient to Meemaw. A Peepaw core Peepaw and a Meemaw core Meemaw. The Peepaw is always subservient to the Meemaw. Now the Pep would be more fun, and the Pep would be like imagine a hive mind, and every time you walk by somebody, they say, "Hey, come here. Who are you? I'm your Pep. Here's $20. Don't tell your Meemaw." Would be cool because you'd have an entire hive mind that is trying to sneak you $20, but that'd be about the best of it. This one get rich quick scheme will blow your mind. Infinite grandpas. Get rich quick. Infinite grandpas. How would it work? I don't know, man. Infinite grandpas. I posited it to you. Infinite grandpas. Don't need to worry about nothing else. Go infinite grandpa. The Peepaw's in his domain fishing on the lake. If he can even get to the lake. Does anyone know how to get to the lake? The lake? You know how to get to the lake. The lake. Yeah, it's like the cobblestone generator in Minecraft. You just grandpa generator. Y'all, we need a bucket of magma. Y'all, we need magma? Y'all, we need magma. Why we need magma? Y'all, be careful. You gotta have the water flow in towards the magma, brother. No, y'all fucked up the cobblestone generator. What the fuck? I need redneck Skylands right now. I need redneck Skyblock. Y'all fucked up the... Oh my god, you turned the fucking one bucket of magma we had into obsidian. What the hell, brother? Y'all fucked it up. Y'all, we can't get more magma. Why not? We're in the sky, brothers. Y'all can't do this. We out here in the sky. What are we supposed to do? We can get wood. You can't turn wood into magma. Yeah, if it's hot enough, you can burn it hot. Where the hell you hear that? I got a friend on Xbox Live. He's from Australia. He said you burn it hot enough, you turn that wood into magma. You can't turn wood into magma, dingus. You fucking dipshit. Wood don't become magma. Magma flows from underneath the goddamn rocks. It becomes lava when it reaches topside, brother. Y'all, Cletus fell off the island. Son of a bitch. He ain't respawned. I don't know where he is. We ain't got a bed. He's supposed to spawn at 0-0. I don't know where the hell he is. I think he logged off. I think his wife is home. God darn it. God damn it. We're gonna have to restart the whole goddamn map. Why we gotta restart the whole goddamn... You lost the goddamn magma on account of the fact you got the goddamn fucking cobblestone generator, motherfucker. I like how sometimes he just channels dudes from the ether. Nah, brother, if you want the ether portal, you gotta get glowstone and put some water in there. Y'all, I got a friend on Xbox Live who told me you can go to the ether in normal Minecraft. I ain't worried about it too much. I ain't worried about it too much. Ain't nothing to worry about. It don't work that way, goddammit. You gotta download a mod pack. That on the Java version. Brother, I ain't going to no liberal coffee shop. I ain't getting no Java. I'm not talking about goddamn liberal coffee shop, you fucking idiot. Talking about Java version of Minecraft, brother. That's the engine on that sumbitch. I got an engine on my sumbitch. I got a Hemi in my truck. I know you got a fucking Hemi in your truck. I don't give a damn. Oh, goddamn, got to restart the map. They ruined the fucking SMP. Y'all, they keep building Walmarts in the SMP. What am I supposed to do about this? I like the Walmart. You get anything there. You can't build the goddamn Walmart and then just expect items to apparate out of the fucking ether. Nah, brother, to make the ether, you got... I know about the fucking ether portal. We're playing the Java version. I ain't got that mod installed. Well, I done told you, you got to get glowstone. You put some water. It's not how that works, brother. You can't just put fucking glowstone in the goddamn fucking... I'm done with you. Stop building Walmarts. You want to build a Target instead? Don't build a Target. What are we going to do with that? Well, I thought we'd be able to buy things there. You ain't got money or a currency system. You got the villagers. You got their emeralds. You're going to goddamn not going to put the fucking villagers to work at the goddamn fucking Walmart. Y'all got Cletus's wife building the fucking Casey's gas station over there. They got the fucking Casey's. They got the fucking Buc-ee's. We need those. Those is important. On account of the fact they got the pick-em-up truck mod. Putting the fucking Ford F-150 in that son of a bitch, but... It take a lot of work, brother. We got to go to the nether. I got to get fucking gasoline from the nether. How are we going to be pumping that shit from the nether? I don't know, brother. Tubes and pipes. Tubes and pipes, brother. Tubes and pipes. I don't understand. Y'all, god darn it. I turn on the goddamn SMP. Y'all check this out. Y'all get that weird carcinization mod. Y'all, all my dogs is crabs. I'm looking at the server logs, brother. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, all my dogs is crabs. I had a bunch of dogs. I like them a lot, but they all crabs now. What happened? I'm looking at the goddamn server logs. I don't see a damn thing. Why is all your dogs crabs? Check your mod files. Brother, I'm so sorry. I downloaded the carcinization mod. All your dogs turn into crabs. How'd they do that? I don't know. I don't even know what carcinization means. I think it just means the things turn into crabs. Thank you for the 3 consecutive streams, Adamus. Y'all, what you mean we gotta collect these 8 pages? That's what you gotta play Slender the goddamn Arrival, brother. You gotta collect these goddamn pages. Why are we collecting them, though? Why don't we just beat the skinny son of a bitch up? I don't know, brother. It's a video game. It's what we gotta do. Well, why don't you just beat them up and get like a bat or something? Well, they don't build that into the game, brother. Why don't you build that into the game? You got experience with them computers. I can't do that. I ain't got nothing for it. I'll just beat the son of a bitch up. He looks skinny. We take him. Ain't no problem there, brother. Kick his ass. Brother, why did we tapes when I can't watch them on the VHS player? God. No. Not that we're not bringing up the fucking tapes pages discourse again. No. Yeah, I do kind of just be summoning guys out of the ether. I'm sorry. Not really sorry for it, but you kind of be the Build-A-Bear workshop just for guys that don't exist. Y'all, we got the Redneck Slenderman on here. I'm so fucking excited, brother. We got to collect his 8 cans of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Y'all, why ain't they got the Bud Light in there? They was built when we weren't drinking the Bud Light. All right? They made the whole game when we wasn't drinking the Bud Light. It was because the Bud Light's gay? Well, yeah. Well, I don't care if the Bud Light's gay. It's still beer. Gay beer is still beer. Well, yeah, I don't care either, but the person who made the game cared way too much about it. I don't get it none. Worried about the beer making you gay or something. Why'd the beer make you... How would beer make you gay? I don't know, brother. Yeah, we make moonshine back at the trailer. Y'all think we can market moonshine that makes you gay? I don't know. We putting hormones in that? Brother, I can get estradiol. Damn. Can we make the moonshine that makes you a woman? I don't know, man. I wouldn't be drinking it. I don't want breasts or nothing, but some people really like it. Y'all, I think that'd be a lucrative business opportunity. Put the estradiol in the moonshine. See what happens, brother. Don't say womb shine. Brother, can I get estradiol clipped out for posterity? No. Too entranced by the conversations I'm having with myself. I've been watching too much King of the Hill, I think. I think this is what Jeff Dunham feels. Jeff Dunham feels this, but he can't tap into the potential of all of the world. Jeff Dunham wishes. Jeff Dunham wishes. Y'all got that bubbling cauldron? Yeah, I got that bubbling cauldron. You got iron newt? Yeah, I got iron newt. What else you need? I need frog leg. I need frog spit. Y'all need venom from the gland of a poisonous serpent. Yeah, I got that. Where you got that at? Well, y'all, I got that back at the trailer. You shouldn't have that at the goddamn trailer. We're trying to build a bubbling cauldron. We're trying to make a devious brew of some sorts. Y'all, we need the goddamn ingredients for this shit. Y'all, I'm trying, but it do be hard. You can't get a lot of this stuff at the Walmart no more. Ain't got the witches section there no more. They ain't got the witches section at the goddamn Walmart no more. Why don't they stop selling shit at the witches segment? I got, like, mini-sized Snickers. We can put those in there. What concern? I can't make me a devious brew, no toxical potion without no goddamn poison from the devious serpent. He's some goddamn I knew, brother. Y'all, you got to get me the soul of a wandering child. We ain't got to get that, brother. Can't source that ethically no more. You can't source that ethically no more? No. I can't get that shit at all. Well, what you got? I got crystals, brother. You went down to the Witches Convention, all you got is fucking crystals? All I got is fucking crystals, brother. I can get too much else. See, this is why the hive mind couldn't handle me. I am 1 million imaginary people. You can't. Inside, there is a city inside of me, and it's all full of dipshits. You can't. There is a universe inside of me, and it's only full of dipshits. I'll get that scorpion nectar. I can't get that goddamn scorpion nectar. They ain't grow around here. You got that gator pus? I ain't got that gator pus. I'll be working on it, brother. I'll be trying to postulate and whatnot. Inside of me, there are 1,000 wolves, and they're all fucking stupid. Hey, Brendan, how important is it to set small goals when learning new skills? Up to the person. Just don't quit when you're frustrated. Only small goal I have for myself is don't quit when you get frustrated. Really easy to quit. Harder to keep at it. Easier to critique than create. Y'all got Eldritch Horrors far beyond our comprehension? Nah, we stopped selling that recently. Damn it, they got shit at the Walmart no more. Y'all got man-made horrors far beyond my comprehension? Yeah, we got the Walmart dance. Y'all want to see it? I don't want to see the goddamn Walmart dance. Y'all, I need blood of a silver serpent. Y'all, I need sage from a wise man. Y'all, I need the blood of a hermit locked in a cave for 3,000 years. Y'all, I need Sisyphean tasks. Y'all need Sisyphean tasks. How you gonna get that? More of the, you take it out of the person once they do the Sisyphean task. You put it in a bottle, it looks a little purpley. Y'all, we got that. Y'all got Endless Agony that I can bottle? No, we ain't got Endless Agony we can bottle it. We got Mountain Dew. That'll work. Yeah, we got Mountain Dew. That'll do. We be trying to mix potions and shit in that bubbling cauldron, but that Mountain Dew ain't working out. I think it's too volatile. You got slime from the back of a reekless creature? Yeah, we got that. That's WD-40, brother. Yeah, that'll work. Can't get no witch shit no more. All right, what we putting in the cauldron? WD-40, here. Mountain Dew, here. What else we got? Patch Blue Ribbon, here. We got a... Oh, yeah, we got that Jim Gordon Pepsi. Here. Put Meemaw's old Garfield phone in there, see what happens. That thing don't work no more. Blu-ray DVD copy of Joe Dirt, here. Toxoplasmosis, you're. Festering Crude, you're. Y'all should see what I told this adventurer recently. Oh, what'd you tell him? I told him he had to go to the Festering Swamp and deal with the 3 creatures that were there within. Killed 2 of them, brought 2 of them back. Couldn't even bring the 3rd one back. What's even the point of sending him on a dubious quest if you can't even finish? That's what I'm saying, brother. Can't even send people out on a fool's errand no more. They do about 3/4 of it and don't get it done. How they even get 3/4 of it done? I don't know, brother, but they don't get the whole goddamn thing done. Now, I said this adventure out to deal with the Goblin Cave, but he just ain't doing it no more. Why? Oh, well, on account of the fact the goblins got him. Why the goblins get him? You know, went to the Home Depot, bought a bunch of nail guns. Now they're all fucked up. What'd you give the adventurer? I gave him a simple sword and a shield. That's it for like a nail gun. Yeah, no, they were pumping PSI through that son of a bitch. I ain't never seen that shit before. They ripped him apart. They put his body pieces out in a pneumatic tube system. They got him rolling around the whole place. They got goblins ripping apart the tubes in the banks. They be making a whole tube system. We got yokels doling out Herculean labors. Are these rednecks still aggressively Christian somehow or full pagan? Now, I've been looking for blood of the old god no more, but I ain't got that no more. Thinking about redneck witches, it just goes so hard. I did read a book a while back called Trailer Park Warlocks, or Trailer Park Warlock. Not that great. A lot of elf shit in it that I didn't think that it needed. But I didn't think about that concept, but like actual trailer park. Because I think for the main character, they really do just got the, I like my car. I work on cars. I'd be like, that's not the whole experience. If you were doing a real redneck, if you're doing real trailer trash as like a warlock, you gotta have him work on cars but be really shitty at it. Rednecks working on the bubbling cauldron, but it's really just to make their headlights brighter, is the... Y'all got the Force of 1,000 Suns? Yep, we got that in there. Sweet. My new LED panel is going to literally blind them. So many blind children going to be wandering around here. Now, why you do that? Well, on account of the fact that I need these headlights brighter, brother. I don't be rolling coal no more. Rolling coal out the witch's broom. Rolling coal out the witch's broom. I don't roll coal out the witch's broom no more, brother. Why not? Well, on account of the fact that people keep saying it looks like I'm fucking farting. Oh, fair. You still got your witch's broom lifted? Yes, sir. Well, I took the broom nuts off. Why'd you take the broom nuts off? I thought they were fucking awesome, brother. Well, on account of the fact people thought I was hanging nuts out of there. It just looked like my nuts were out. I'd fly over them, I'd do my witch's cackle, I'd give me a Then immediately they were like, oh man, that witch's nuts is out. What does a lifted broom look like? I don't know, like a regular broom, but it's lifted. Technically, all witches are rednecks on account of the fact that all brooms are lifted. Now, if you really think about it, all brooms is lifted. Concern, I'm trying to make a divination potion, but I keep making meth. Stop putting Sudafed in the cauldron then. I'm just trying to... I thought it was necessary for the divination potion. And no, y'all just making meth over and over again. I got a cold. I put the Sudafed in there because I want to be able to divine things with the stuff he knows. Well, you keep making meth, you keep putting the Sudafed in there. Redneck pondering a mystical orb. Y'all, I like the mystical orb. I can see anything and everything, but this thing gets dog shit reception when I'm trying to watch wrestling. Y'all, why ain't they got witches in wrestling no more? They got some witches in wrestling. Yeah, but they don't do, like, devious potions or mix anything or do any kind of spells or nothing. Well, that's on account of the fact that, like, they ain't able to do that. Why not? I don't know. On account of the fact, like, they ain't got the Undertaker no more. Well, what happened to the Undertaker? Well, he got old, brother. What if we give him a potion of youth? Get him bones back. I don't know if that'll work, brother. He's too old for that. Can't just give a guy a potion of infinite youth. What's he going to do with that? You're going to stop wrestling eventually, brother. All things must end. Entropy and whatnot. Haven't missed any funny jokes. We've been on redneck witches, yeah. Ex-wife took the cauldron, brother. We're gonna have to make do with the toilet. I mean, we learned our witchery in the toilet. Meemaw said infinite flow state of water might work a little bit better. Yeah, but I don't want to be making potions in the toilet. Just don't feel right. That's our culture, brother. We gotta be mixing that shit in the toilet. Well, I know that Meemaw was a prison witch, and I know she was making dubious brews in the toilet back at county lockup, but I don't think we should be doing it. I said funny? Oh, sorry, we're on Redneck Witches. Y'all, they don't say turlet. Ain't nobody out here saying turlet. Y'all say toilet. Like toilet, boil, and trouble it, you know? That's why they call it a toilet. That should just be a cauldron where I'm putting devious brews in, because I'm toiling in it. Toiling, boiling, bubbling it. Real witch shit. They should have a GameStop for witches, I think. Crystal trading. It's just a rock shop. There are a couple near me. Dude, rock shop? What did Rock buy? Go, Rock. What was your recent purchase? I bet it was a bidet. Most recent large purchase. There's a 3DS XL. That's kind of like a bidet, but for your hands. What do they have on Witchtop TV? New hexes and new spells are coming your way. God, thinking about the GameStop TV presenters. I think that might be what drove me partially to madness was the 4 years where I had to listen to GameStop TV for 40 hours a week. Well, 20 to 40 hours a week. Nothing will drive you to madness faster than GameStop TV. You think you tune it out, and then they get a new presenter, and you can't tune them out anymore. What was the ad I got stuck on? Evil Within. Evil Within sound design. Noodle noises, Evil Within sound design, somebody eating noodles. That's the type of shit that they do to, like, prisoners of war to break them. Bro's acting like retail was numb. In a way it was. Go home, retail worker. Your wife and cats miss you. Go home, retail employee. You're no longer needed here. The customers are already satisfied. Go home, retail employee. Hey, you know what? Multiple customers thanked me for my service. I assume they were thinking about my retail service. God, take me up. Extension roof ridge support. Oh, I see. Nose fuselage. Where's the dirt here? There's a little there. Ah, this side maybe. There we go. House ridge support. Okie dokie. Do the gnomes do anything? No, you find them and you're like, wow, a gnome. And that's it. That's the entirety of their bit. The gnomes go, wow, I'm a gnome. And then you pick them up and then they gnome all over the place. Nothing else, though. They're just gnomes. Nothing crazy. It's just gnomes. When are you hopping up for podcast recording? In like an hour. I mean, to be fair, I did not know I was recording today. I thought it was tomorrow. Do be that way sometimes, though. Schedule got a little bit goofy. Extension roof ridge support. Where are you at? Job's done. I know, 2 recording day in a row. True. Dump. I do like the time lapse. I like when I get to clean. Hope he sneaks in the redneck witch's brainworm into the podcast. I'm already. I mean, it depends on if anybody has any stories, but I am already. It's already being internalized. Oh god, that son of a bitch. Wow. That's a huge bitch. I mean, I knew it was going to be big, but Jesus. All right. To be fair, why they got to clean it? Just leave it dirty forever. Why clean it? Nobody will ever know. They do get big. Me getting fucking terrified whenever I see, not these, but the... God, you ever see the semis with the houses on the back, or like the half a house on the back? It has the big oversized load on it. You go, I don't want to be near that. I don't want to be near that. Because then I think of Freddy Got Fingered, and I think of the, like, half the house. I'm like, God, what if Tom Green is in there? What if he jumps out of the house and jumps on top of your car? What are you going to do in that situation? Yeah, real horror stories be like, what if Tom Green was in a half a house driving alongside you on the road? You look in the window and you see him, he's drinking tea, and you lock eyes with him. You're like, oh shit, you try to speed up and pass it, and he says no. He jumps out of the house, jumps on top of your car, gets in. Now he's just in your car. Now you gotta give him a ride home. Should have that type of horror, but it shouldn't be Tom Green. It should be like, what if you lock eyes with Andy Dick in a Trader Joe's parking lot? He starts chasing after you. You're like, okay, I can beat up Andy Dick, but then as he's running towards you, his limbs begin to elongate. Like, I gotta get out of here. Tom Green or Andy Dick touches the inside of your car. Resale value is now 0. Scariest story I ever heard. I can still take him. Honestly, fair. Build different? Build different. Scariest mascot horror. What if Huggy Wuggy took the hat off and it was Andy Dick? Freddy Fazbear, and I'm trying to survive the security room, and he takes off his hat and it's fucking Andy Dick. You gotta download the John Lovitz DLC to deal with him. Andy Dick Huggy Wuggy. John Lovitz Boxy Boo. David Spade Jumbo Josh. I'm just casting for the Asylum Ban movie. An opinion on rats. I like them. Wife says I can't have them. She doesn't like their tails. I like rats. I'm a big fan. Wife says I can't have any though. On account of the tails creep her out. And also we have cats, so. There's a Ban movie in the works? No, I was lying. I was making a joke. Would be funny. I already made that joke a couple of years back when the FNAF movie came out, and I said Asylum should get the rights to Ban. That way you have the FNAF movie, and then you have the Asylum fucking working on a really terrible Garten the Ban movie. I think it's the best. I think it's the best, like the best dog shit property they can have. Would be fucking incredible. Of any company, the Ban movie should be made for as cheaply as possible. Margaret Robbie is a Peel a Bird. No, it wouldn't be that. It would be... You got to think of dog shit casting for an Asylum movie, because they would have maybe one real celebrity, but if it was celebrity casting, they would all be has-beens. Honestly, what is it? Giancarlo Esposito's been on a terrible run of movies lately, so maybe him. David Harbour, fucking... Just take the Chris Pratt, David Harbour, Giancarlo Esposito. Just take the cast of Electric State. I was forced to sit through that movie. By myself, mind you. Take the cast and make them suffer. Put them in the jumbo machine. Make them jumbo. Fuck it. You know what? The Garten the Bandman should just be an Adam Sandler movie. Just get them all in there. You can do it, Jumbo. Ban his fucking ban off. Just make it 8 crazy nights. 8 crazy nights at the Garden. Not 8 crazy nights at the Garden, man. Adam Sandler's doing BioShock. He's just calling it Big Daddy 2. It's just Big Daddy again, but it's underwater this time. Pixels 2, but it's mascot horror. That's why I can't wait for, if they end up doing that new scary movie, I can't fucking wait for it to have Freddy Fazbear in it. It's an animatronic. Get it wet, stupid. It's all wires. It's just a robot, man. Push it over. I still think it's perfect for a new scary movie. It's the perfect time. You have so much prestige horror and so much like horror is now Marvel. It's the perfect time. It has to be a scary movie though and not a epic movie. Pixels 2 is Polygon. They already made a Pixels 2. It's called Ready Player One. They... And Twaisa from Overwatch, and the Joker, and the DeLorean, and the... They already made a Pixels. This 2 is fucking... It's just Ready Player One. It's just Adam Sandler wasn't in Ready Player One. Only difference. No, I think if they did Scary Movie 5, the way they're going to do it is they'll ape on new horror a little bit, but it'll be a lot of, like, the prestige horror. So, like, Doofy... I don't think Doofy will come back, but there's always the chance Doofy could come back. But they will have the Scream Killer come back. And then they will probably rerun the Was Up bit. I'm thinking about the potentials for the new Scary Movie. Is they will definitely... It will be a parody, but it will also do the same thing that prestige horror does, which is... rely kind of partially on nostalgia. So they will do the Was Up. They will run back some jokes. They'll do some Matrix references. Yeah, it'll be the What's Up bit, but it'll be on Zoom. They'll make jokes about how everybody in the cast is old now. That one's an easy one. Gonna have some Jordan Peele bits in it. I don't know, I feel like a new Scary Movie, they should stick to prestige horror. They're not gonna do Skibbity Toilet analog horror. If they do it like the other Scary Movies, it's you pick a couple of movies, you do your own kind of thing. You pick a couple of movies, and you make fun of those movies. You don't do epic movie or disaster movie where they're trying to do, or date movie, where you're trying to do everything. Disaster movie when it was like, oh my fucking god, it's a fucking Kung Fu Panda, what the fuck? Meet the Spartans, oh my god, Shrek Baby, Transformers. Because Scary Movie was like, reference, and then jokes. And a lot of those like parody movies after Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, and dare I say 4, they were a lot of the references, the joke. Not saying that Scary Movie hasn't done look at the reference. I'm just saying that a lot of the time they were actually parodying the reference, not going, what the fuck, it's Harry Potter, what the fuck, it's fucking Aslan, what the fuck. Because those movies are the reason that parody is dead. And I love those dog shit movies because they fucking suck. Because those movies are, what the fuck, they're in fucking Narnia, they gotta stop the white bitch, what the fuck? Three had a lot of really good just bits. 3 was making fun of and made fun of Signs, The Matrix, The Ring. 2 made fun of The Exorcist, haunted houses in general. Charlie's Angels, Matrix. 1 was more of just a Scream parody with little bits and bobs from other horror movies in there. Scary Movie 1 made fun of Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, those 3 movies had, like, a couple of through lines. Ignoring 5? We're ignoring 5, yeah. 100%. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't count 5. 5 is generationally bad. 4 at least gave us a couple of good bits. Even though I don't love it, but because the War of the Worlds stuff I think sucks. Well, 4 also had the War of the Worlds and the Dr. Phil and Shaq in the Saw Trap. And I do love seeing Dr. Phil get tortured. Make me laugh. 3 was just a really good comedy, aside from like the 8 Mile, Matrix, Ring, Grudge. 4 had the Grudge, I think. 4 I think was the Grudge. 3 was the Ring. Watch them ape the new War of the Worlds. They wouldn't do that. If they did anything, it's going to be prestige horror, dog. It's like how Halloween new Halloween, new Final Destination, new Scream. I feel like a style parody is going to work better than specific movie parodies for a new scary movie. I don't think they will do that, but I do think the style parody is perfect. You make fun of the fact that everybody's so old now. You make fun of the fact that, like, all this shit is still happening. You make fun of the fact that the killer is back. You do the prestige horror thing where you have, like, a new protagonist. And they suck or whatever, or they're awesome and way too capable. More than likely, they're going to do like an epic movie or a disaster movie, but I feel like a style parody works perfectly for what I would want. For what I would want a style parody of prestige horror. Prestige and like a legacy horror. Like the killer is back, and this time he's in Pog form. Yeah, just a remake of Scary Movie 1, maybe some bits from 2. But, like, it's got the same cast, and they're like, are we still doing this? I thought we already dealt with this. This is weird. This is happening all over again. Is that the killer? No, that's Weird Al. Hey! No, he's just wearing the same suit as the killer. Why? Weird Al, what are you doing? I don't know, I'm just hanging out. Hope they don't nostalgia bait. Buddy, they have to nostalgia bait. That's the point of making fun of prestige horror. To make fun of prestige horror, they would have to nostalgia bait. That's what prestige horror and, like, modern horror is about. Redo the Scream, redo the Halloween, redo the Final Destination. It's the perfect time to make fun of legacy horror. You have to do it. You have to make fun of like legacy horror, prestige fucking soft reboots, where it's like canon, but like, you know, they get rid of all the old characters. I just want somebody to say what I've been saying for the last year, which is they're trying to make horror Marvel, the new Marvel, and it do be kind of working. I mean, yeah, do one FNAF bit. It's the Scream Killer again, but this time he's an animatronic. It really, oh fuck, dude. You know, part of me misses Vern Troyer because he'd be perfect for this bit. Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic, but they open it up and Vern Troyer's in there just like, come on, man. It would work, I think. I'm just doing the slapping dummy man bit from Master of Disguise, where it opens up and there's a little guy in there. Need Jennifer Coolidge to go,
big hot dog. Oh, I finally get it. Oh.
Oh god, the killer takes off the mask and it's just Mr. Beast. No. No, man-made horrors within my comprehension. No. They're a little guy in there, ain't they? Huh. Can't be working on that. They got a Labubu in here. What the fuck? What do you mean fucking Labubu Construction Company? Fuck off. Oh my god, it's a Labubu BBL. Labubu, big bad loader. Labubu, big bad loader. Labubu, big bad loader. I'm gonna go. I'll finish this up next time. I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna... Plus, I gotta go and record, so... And I'm gonna go hang out with the wife for a minute, so... Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. Thank you for stopping by. Before I leave, I'm gonna show before I go. Drop some shill links here for you. Creator code Brendaniel. If you buy anything in the Epic Games Store, I'll spend a ton. If you use the Epic Games Store, don't worry about it. Videos over on YouTube as well as the VOD channel. And there's always the merch store if you want to get a birch. Hope you have a good rest of your morning or night, and I'll see you tomorrow for something else. Bye.